That's his job, you know? All right, first and foremost, we want to say, Call Loyim La, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, HaKadosh. That is, prophet is subject to the prophet, you know? So we're coming out on the highways and byways as we were commanded by our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. And we come out to preach the gospel, all right? We come out through the Holy Spirit to read out of the scriptures that the Lord will work through his predestinated elect to seal them, all right, before prophecy is fulfilled. And if you didn't know, we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, starting with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hence why we have a 12 tribes chart. And also our people are scattered abroad according to the diaspora through curses, or what the world knows as chattel slavery. All right, and we have been now awoken in our spirit because the world doesn't identify mainly that humans have a spirit, but we serve the Father of spirits. What's that, Ezekiel 18?
Yep, I got you.
Grab that real quick, because what we're letting it be known is that we are spiritual men up here, and we're being moved by the Spirit and not by carnality. We're not being moved by flesh. We're not being moved by Esau, Edom. We're not being moved or by being funded to betray. All right? So we move in a righteous spirit, so our ministry be not blamed. You got that?
This is Ezekiel 18:4.
Well, let's get the brothers get it. Since we made that statement, because we're living in a time now where the flesh is going to be attacked. We're living in a time now where they're going to use things that could be seen to trick you. All right? And the public right now is very simple, where they believe anything that's on television. Okay? And they don't question it. Brothers there?
Yep.
All right, let's read that.
Ezekiel 18:4, and it says, "Behold, all souls are mine."
Right, all souls are Yahweh's. Okay? Even what? Yahweh Shai. Because who was created first? Yahweh Shai. Right? That's why it says in the beginning was the Word, and then the Word was made flesh. See? So even who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, he is a soul, and he was created by his heavenly Father, which that cuts the triune God. Which nobody has a problem with all the confusion that Christianity has poured upon our people. But now it happens to be that in the last days, now us that are reading the Bible, we're looked at as a problem, you know? But rap ain't a problem. Drill music ain't a, world star isn't a problem, you know? Black culture isn't a problem, you know? Keep going.
And it says,
that's not a problem.
Right.
Spirits all over our people. Drunk at noonday, that's not a problem, you know?
and it says, "As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine.
Yep.
The soul that sinneth, it shall die."
So at the end of the day, we can't sit here and have this proud, endued spirit like I am all me, you know, like I am God body. No, you were created, and then you were created to be a God of power. We were chosen to be princes of power. This is why we carry ourselves with humility. But at the end of the day, no matter what, we're out here to glorify Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the Son. All right? You got something, Rar?
Yep. This is Hebrews 12:9.
Yep.
Book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 9.
Right, not the book of Clarence, okay? The book of Hebrews.
It says, furthermore,
Which that word is extinct right now. You know, you don't hear people using that term. It's just ish now. You know? Even us calling ourselves Yasharallah, you know, Israelite. That's all those are like ancient names now. You know? You brothers there?
Okay.
furthermore, we have had fathers of our own flesh which corrected us.
Right, because we had fathers of our own flesh, because all men enter earth by one way. Wisdom of Solomon 7 tells you that. See? So we all had to have an earthly father like Yahweh Shai. Okay? But going back to the confusion of Christianity, Blanco Eurocentric Christianity, how about that? All right? Because of those lies and spells, people have this misconception of something called an immaculate conception. No, Yahweh Shai had a biological father like we do. Okay? Keep going.
It says, and we gave them reverence shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits?
Woo!
and
Right,
live?
right, because it says, honor thy mother and father. So how much more, if we're to honor our earthly mother and father, how much more the Father of spirits? So Yahweh Bashim El Shai comes before us, before our mother, before our father, before our children, before even our own earthly desires. Like we did a lesson this week called the Lord's will versus Babylon's desire. So at the end of the day, even though they have a desire, it's not going to trump the Lord's will. Right now, they have somewhere to be. They're desiring to get to somewhere. But if the Lord just says today is prophecy, then no matter what they're saying is going to happen, the Lord's will is going to stop that. You know? Keep going.
That was pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Because you said, all souls are mine.
Yep.
It's Father of spirits.
Yep. Including who? Esau's. So if Esau were to come up, a man's going to the Lord. If Esau were to come up, someone was come to talk to you, a situation happened, you understand it's Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai said, fear not what man could do unto you. We're in the times where we have to tap in to what Yahweh Shai was conveying to his men before he left earth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
This is what we're involved in.
Matthew 10, right?
Yeah. You can start at, I think, 1.
Okay.
Like 5, 10. It's really good, watch. Because it's in red letter.
Okay, yep.
All right.
This is Matthew 10, and start at verse 1.
Yeah, let the brothers get there. You got a Biden Times face dripping off his chin.
Yep.
You got so many good things happening, and within all that, we got to tiptoe in our Jordans around the words. You know, like, oh, like that. We got a parable. Everything's parables now. You know, we can't plainly speak. We can't plainly tell you, but he can go on the tell lie vision and lie his ass off to you. You know? Because y'all see that right now, they're on Esau's ass with all the things he's saying over there. Like he said what happened to Amalek is 15 911s. That's what he said. He said it's times 15. So it's happened. It's they did it. You know, even though it don't feel like it's not major because it hasn't come here yet, but they've done it. They've reintroduced another declaration, like in the 48 with Belfort. They've reintroduced something new. They are executing their plan that they came up through with Pike. If you catch my drift.
Yep.
Brothers there?
Yeah.
All right, let's start.
Matthew 10 and verse 1.
And you should feel happy, right? You should feel good. You know what I mean? Like, man, like, even though we still got to deal with the worldly stuff, like, there's something that's still keeping us afloat. Prophecy should boost your spirit.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that should be the new it thing for you outside of knowing you're an Israelite. You know?
Matthew 10 and verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples,
Woo!
he gave them power.
Power. Oh, no, I can't say that. But, you know, the Hebrew word for power is what Ishmael.
Right.
That's what he said. So how funny, you know, the certain words that they use, and that's in our name. We're Yasharallah. But hey, Esau could come to the point where he could put Ishmael out and start making fake messages to us. Shalom, my black brothers, right?
Yeah.
Remember when the first 911 happened, when the internet really started being used, because y'all remember it was like AOL, so internet really wasn't popping. But then after the 911, you started having like all these, remember they were beheading, remember those? Like all those videos, like that was the thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't World Star, it was like, yo, let's watch this video. And come to find out that was the Sia. The ones doing it with the green screen. Remember, like they were showcasing terror squads, and everybody was afraid, like, oh my God, there's these guys, they're taking people's heads.
The Faces of Death. Remember that one?
Right. Rotten.com.
Yeah.
Like shit, like, but that's where you would watch it.
Yeah.
But that was all Esau's point. He was doing that.
Yeah.
So my point is, if we witnessed that years ago, without question, you got deep fake now. I speak as a man, of course, but I could see him linking us further, like with a direct message. Like, remember years ago, the one dude, I don't know if he's still a Man of Valor, but he was on live with the members of the KKK.
Yeah.
Like he was talking literally to another group
Yes.
that Esau's got on a high level.
Yes.
Like how Johanna was talking to the fib informant that just got so-called arrested for January 6th. So we see guys that are used out here, but somehow they trickle into this. You see? But they're not going to talk to us. But I could see him, like the dude, y'all seen this dude, Army, y'all, you seen that?
Yeah.
Demon?
Yeah.
What I think is, they brought him out to bring Ishmael involved and link us to Ishmael. And then the next thing would make sense is they would use an actual Jake with that mindset. You see what I mean? So I could see them having some Ishmaelites actually talking to us.
Yeah.
Shalom, I'm glad you're using our ancient language.
Right.
This is how we speak, and the white men don't know. The great Satan. Why? He's gonna demonize everything.
Remember that movie, The Black Klansman?
Yep.
How he infiltrated the Ku Klux
Yep.
Klan?
Which was a true story.
Yeah.
So now let's read this.
Yep. Back in Matthew chapter 10 and verse 1. And it says, and when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits.
Right. He said 12 disciples. Now this is why they say Esau equates 13 to Satan. Y'all, because they say at the so-called Last Supper, there was 13 of them. This is why they hang, and when the conquistadors came, they rolled us up in rows of 13 and burned the crosses. But when you go to Genesis, get Genesis 14 and 4, but hold your precept. Genesis 14 and 4 real quick. I'm going to show you how devilish this devil is. So let me know when your brothers get there. This is why Esau equates 13 to Shaitan. All right, you there? You there, Ira?
Yep.
Okay. Now read, Maran.
This is Genesis 14, verse 4.
Yep.
12 years they served Chedor or Lamer, and in the 13th year they rebelled.
See, in the 13th year they rebelled. So Esau takes this scripture and equates the number 13 to rebellion, as in serving Satan and not God. So this is why, if you want to know why he reverences 13 so much, this is why. This is why he says 13 is Satan, because at the so-called Last Supper, there were 13 of them. Then Judas left and betrayed Yahushua, because remember it says in Luke, then Satan entered into Judas. So this is why Esau says 13 is the power of Satan. So now let's go back.
Yep.
Matthew 10.
Back in the book of Matthew 10 and verse 1.
You got to be a demon to think like that, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's demonic.
Yeah. And it says, starting from the middle, and it says, he gave them power against unclean spirits.
So we have power. We've been given power. When we say Aga Irika Shaitan, when we rebuke demonic thoughts, people coming up with wayward doctrines, that's power. That's power. You know, having the ability to go through the scriptures and understand, that's actually power. Okay? Keep going.
And it goes on to say, to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness.
Right. You've had brothers say, you know, a family member came up to him with an issue, and then you said, hey man, say this name. And then he said, man, I feel like something left me.
Yep.
That's power.
Yep.
You know? When somebody, and a lot of times people don't want to hear the name until they're in a dire situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The one brother who came a couple camps ago, when he was there, remember when brothers had to pray over me?
Yeah.
And he said, man, that made me cut my dreads.
Yeah.
He said, I casted the Edomite away from me.
Yep.
And he said, man, what's that name? What's that name? What's your number? I need to know how to say that.
Yep.
That's power. You know, speaking in the Hebrew is power. It tells you that in Ecclesiasticus, the prologue, nothing uttered in any other language is more powerful than in the Hebrew.
Right.
And you know why it's powerful? It's so powerful, it's hard to accept. Jesus ain't hard to accept. Jesus in Latin is yes, pig. And in Greek, it's earth pig. Because geography, sus, pig. But in Latin, G means yes, and sus means pig. So when the black woman say, Jesus, Satan saying, yes, pig. What do you want, pig? So he got your ass, he's got you being referred to as piglets, niglet.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why Christianity is an unclean teaching.
Yes.
You know, that shit is unclean.
Yep,
you know?
and now you got the Flintstone doctrine out here. They're calling on Yabba Dabba
Oh,
Doo.
man.
So there's a lot of uncleanness that is circling around us. So Yahushua had to give us power to survive.
Yeah.
We'd be consumed with thoughts and spells and witchcraft. We're like, what the? You know what I mean? Shit. Keep going.
Back in Matthew 10:1, and it says, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Yep.
Now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who was called Peter.
Yep, that's King, which we believe through faith is King David.
Yep.
Okay, we believe that through faith. And King David will be king in our kingdom.
Right.
But now you have a unnurtured soul by the name of General Yo Mama. He now said that he's third. He's third to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's what he said. He said, now that you say that, son, you right. You right, I am third. So he's saying he's above Peter. You know? And that guy, I'm gonna say this, that guy's gonna fall away through addiction. Watch these guys' mannerisms. Keep reading.
And it says, and Andrew, his brother.
Because you can only keep up a persona for so long.
Yeah.
You can only keep up a cool guy act, you know, shorty, low, whatever, however they are. You could only keep that up for so long to where you're going to be exposed, you know? And they show you that in Iron Man, Esau created a villain, and he really wasn't even like that.
Yeah.
So these guys with these personas, you know,
Yep.
we're not up here to give a act, even though we in the time of acts. It's action that's taking place, but we're not acting as if we're portraying ourselves something that we're not. Right, and that's what Esau's going to do. He's going to portray us in something we're not, you know?
And it says, and Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother.
Which James is a surname of Jacob.
Yes.
So you could say the King Jacob Bible. Like it's the King James, but James is a surname of Jacob.
Yeah.
You know? Which I find that beautiful.
Yeah. And in verse 3 it says Philip and Bartholomew.
Now Philip was is an apostle?
Yes, the 12 apostles.
Yep. Philip in Acts 8 went and had to heal the people, thinking like Samaria or a land in that area, from Simon the sorcerer. So these men did great things when we read about. But now, you know, these great acts or these great men with this knowledge and wisdom, they're just gone now. And now everyone is, these guys got it, but we're all just demons. You know? Keep going.
And it says Thomas and Matthew the publican,
Yep.
James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him.
I believe when you go in that word Canaanite means Zealot. It's not literally like from Canaan, you know? Keep going. Just like a good example, when Matthew said, now is the prophecy of Jeremiah fulfilled, he was actually quoting Zechariah, the 11th chapter, and not Jeremiah. Because Jeremiah didn't prophesy about Yahushua being betrayed, but Zechariah did for the 30 pieces of silver. So there's times where in the scriptures, you got to actually go in the blue letter. Like a born out of Edomite, which really it means Assyrian. Assyrian from Assyria? Oh, Assur? Are you Assur? Keep going. Yeah.
Matthew 10 and verse 5. And it says, Matthew 10 and 5, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles.
So that's a commandment. But this is why Paul was allowed to. Because he commanded his 12 at this time not to. But then when Saul got on the scene, when Stephen got stoned, then the Lord knocked him off his high horse as he was on the way to persecute us.
Yep.
Then he commanded him and said, basically, go get those scattered, go gather those that you scattered. So that's why he said, I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
Yeah.
I am the apostle of the nations.
Yeah.
You know, which now we've grown into that, right? Where now we're apostles sent to the nations, some for good and some for bad. For some Edomites that prophesies against Mount, you know, you're an Israelite just because you identify as a Grecian. You know what I mean? So keep going.
If I can add, and that's why it says, Matthew 24, it says, then this gospel shall be preached in all the world. Right. You know, so everybody's getting reached with the word. Right. You know? Right. And it says, verse 5.
And that's why it says to the Yahweh the first.
Right. Yep.
Remember in Romans 1? And then to the, was it Gentile or Greek?
The Jew first, then the Greek.
Then the Greek. But then why does it say specifically the Greek?
Right.
You see?
Yep. Back in Matthew 10:5, it says, go not into the way of the Gentiles and into any city of the Samaritans.
Now why did it say don't go to Samaria?
It wasn't no Israelites there.
Because it was, but there was at one point.
It was the apostles.
It was who? Yep,
Apostles.
it was. But remember that we did rule in that region until King Hosea.
King Hosea.
Hosea, remember we got kicked out, but we fled, and then he put heathens in, and then that's why in John 4, she said, our fathers have worshipped at this well. Because there was a time where heathens took where we were, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, read it. I mean,
This is 2 Kings
Let's let him
chapter
get it.
17.
Yep. And you can just get right to the point for him? Because, I mean, it is a good read, but I kind of want to jump into some other stuff. I just kind of want to get to the point where he added in.
I can read up to 6.
Okay.
1 to 6.
Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
This is 2 Kings chapter 17.
This is pertaining to the northern kingdom with the time of the Assyrian captivity. Because when you understand the captivities, Assyria really focused itself on the north than the Babylonian Assyrians, because y'all know they one and the same.
Yeah.
Assyria was that region, and then further east was Babylon, but those were still Assyrians, which would be the name would be Ashur. But they were in that region, and then they conquered their other people, took that land, you know.
Yep. It says, in the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hosea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not of the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hosea became his servant and gave him presents.
Yeah.
Verse 4.
Which is Ashur. Let me give him. Ashur is the son of Shem.
Yep. That sounds from Shem. The major key players are from Shem.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ashur is one of the sons of Shem, like Elam is a son of Shem. You know who comes out of Elam? Persia. So the Persians,
Elamites.
Ezekiel, they're Elamites.
Yeah, I know.
You know? Yeah, right. The Table of Nations. Yep. So it'd be wise to understand right now these nations. It's wise to understand who the Assyrians are. They would go back to Ashur, which in Genesis 10, they're identified as just one of the sons of Shem. You know what I mean? So it's good for you to understand these lineages pertaining to prophecy now. Like, case in point, can you get real quick, hold this, but let's go, hold that, go to Isaiah 13 and 17, just to make a quick point pertaining to heathens and nations, for us to understand for prophecy's sake. Because when they say in 1 Corinthians, we prophesy not for them that believe not, but for those that believe. So this is for the believers. You brothers there?
Yeah.
Now check this out. Read this.
Isaiah 13 and verse 17.
Yep.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
Now it says, I will stir up the Medes. First question is, who are the Medes?
These would be Japhetic.
The Medes are the Japhetic people. Now the Medes helped the Babylonians defeat the Assyrians to become the Babylonian Empire. So, but then right here, it says the Medes are going to be stirred up. Now, is this prophecy future or did it already happen?
It's future.
It's future. So does that mean the Lord's going to raise up Japhites now? No. This verse is talking about Russia. Because why? The Medes at that time were in a land where Russia is today. So when you read scriptures, a very important fact is where the land is. So it don't gotta say Russian, but they're in the land of Japheth. So when you read the scripture, you say, oh, that's not actually talking about the Japheths, but the land where Japheth was. Who's in that land today?
Right.
Magog.
Right.
See? So it's good to understand, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to make that quick point. You can finish it though.
Yeah, okay.
Something concerning Chief Prince.
Yep.
It's a video I found. It says things getting scary. The military has placed this ICBM and a missile launch pad.
Right, Magog. Magog has set up its arrow in the silo. Right, and it's what do you say out of the
Goals.
thank you, brother, thank you. So it's getting prepared.
Yep.
So everything's being set up. So now we're like, something's got to play out to bring in that mark, and I believe it's going to be something that's going to have to deal with why you called 911.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's going to be something for dead.
Yeah.
It's going to be medical.
Yeah.
You know, that's my personal. You know. All right, let's get back to our initial points.
All right. You want to finish this off?
Yep, finish that real quick.
And back in Isaiah 13 and 17, and it says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them,
I will stir up Magog, Ezekiel 38, against Babylon.
which shall not regard silver,
Oh,
and,
yep.
and as for gold, they shall not delight in it."
You ain't gonna be able to buy your way out of it. And we see now financial is a major issue. Okay? And that's why they're gonna introduce a universal currency.
Yep.
You know? And we all know what that's gonna be. Right? So now we made that point for edification. Let's finish Kings.
Back in 2 Kings 17 and 4.
Yep.
And the king of Assyria found a conspiracy in Hosea.
Yep.
For he had sent messengers to So king of Egypt and brought no present to the king of Assyria. As he had done year by year.
Tributary.
Right. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Verse 5. Israel captured. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years.
Wow.
6. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria
Boom.
and placed them in Halah and Habor by the river of Gozan and the cities of the Medes.
There you go. Oh, and now, can you get where he brought in the heathens?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah. Like right here, where modern Assyria is, you had Nineveh. Let's see where there. It's near Turkey, but it's not Turkey. But see, here's Assyria. Here's ancient Assyria, right here on the map. And then over here, look, see, Media. Look, there's Elam, and these places, they're there in these places today. There goes Babylon, which Babylon today is near Iraq, or it is Iraq.
It is Iraq.
It's I meant to say near Iran, but see, Babylon is modern day Iraq. You know, which Iraq is a Hebrew word, if I'm not mistaken, which means order. And the Assyrian Ashur, it means step. So the Assyrians, they stepped towards Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Took a step at him.
Yeah.
Said, take one more step.
Yeah, they did.
Steppers.
Yep.
Jumping down to 24,
Yep.
it says, and the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon.
Oh, Babylon, those are Assyrians. So he brought Ashurites. So the king of Assyria brought more Assyrians in. Right? Like right now, what's Amalek doing in that land? When he's kicking out Ishmael, he's taking Amalek from the U.S. and just putting them in that apartment so no one else can live there. Y'all seen that?
Yep.
So they said, why are you here? He said, because if I'm not here, they're just going to put someone else there. So they're putting people in that land to occupy it, because if you say you're from that land, you're those people.
Yep.
Hence why he got our land, so he could say he's those people. See? So we're finding out in the last days that, well, they say it's not it's not where you're from, it's where you're at. So now we're seeing it ain't because you're just from Edom, it's where you're at now. So if you're in Israel, you are an Israelite. That's what they're trying to showcase, you know?
And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kutha and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim.
Oh, wait, and from where? And from where? Hamath?
Yep, Hamath.
Oh, okay, I thought it was with an S.
And from Sepharvaim,
Yeah.
and placed them in the cities of Samaria.
So these are heathen Shemites. These ain't Hamites, and they're not Japhites. So he was taking other Shemites, some Elamites, some Ashurites, you know what I mean? And he's putting them now in our land. Keep going.
Instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof.
Boom. Now going back, that's why he said, you gonna say something, Ira?
Nah, I was gonna say.
Okay. That's why Yahweh Shai said, don't go to Samaria at this time.
Yep.
So
Back
back in Matthew 10.
Back in Matthew 10 and verse 5. Matthew 10 and 5, and it says, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Yup, so repent. We're in a time where we're saying, hey, the kingdom of heaven's at hand. Repent. The door of mercy is closing. Things is about to increase. Problems, you know? It's starting to rain. You brothers good? Yeah, put them. You don't want that getting wet. Make sure y'all brothers, yeah. Yep, get under there. You know? So let's read that again.
Yep. It says, verse 7, Matthew 10:7. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
And that's what we're doing. Through the gospel, through prophecy. This is how we're saying the kingdom of heaven's at hand and what needs to happen for this kingdom to come. But now we're being labeled with, you know, through, you know, we're given certain titles that really, it feels unfair, but that's a part of this walk. The persecution's gonna feel unfair.
Yeah.
It's gonna, you got it.
Yeah, because it says honor before humility. Excuse me,
Yeah.
it says humility before honor. You know?
Yep. So they're gonna lie. They're gonna say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. That's the time we're in. You know, look at how quickly people are for, you know, the Ishmael over there, them guys. You know what I mean? Like, you see it though. Y'all see the uproars of the people, like how quick they just flip.
Right.
So they're like a horde.
Right.
Wherever he puts them, they're just bull in the head.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, see, because America is that superpower, so they have great influence.
Yep.
And that's their ally.
Yep.
So, of course, they're going to back that. The media is pushing it.
Yep. Yep.
It's a done deal.
Everyone's picking a side.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful that this is happening.
Yeah.
You know, and expect more people to look at you differently now when we've been out here for years.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna see other people. You want to get that second Ezra's uproars of the people.
Yep.
So now that people, they're gonna be like, are you out here too for them?
Yeah.
And we've been out here for years.
Right.
We're out here for Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Yeah. Well, just like how Shai said, he said, I'll preach openly in the temple. I've been out here.
But that's the simplicity of people, where they're gonna act like that. You know, they drive by every Saturday and see us gawking, and then now because they see it in the news, they're gonna come up and be like, "So are you for Hamas?" You know?
And they did that a couple years ago. Remember they had some type of protest. They were like, you going to the protest?
Yeah.
No, they was like, is this the protest?
Yeah, yeah.
We was like, nah, it's down
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
First it was the babies on the border in tinfoil.
Right.
Then it was Ukraine, yellow and blue.
Yeah.
You know. Then it was they're zombies.
Yeah.
You got that?
Yep. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9, starting from 1.
Yep. Got to get that. So everything's played out. Everything is playing out. Excuse me, right before our eyes, which brings more power to it being a script. You know?
Right.
So we know what's next. As if you were a movie producer and you had a script and you were going to the screening.
Yeah.
All you're doing is now watching it play out. You already know what's going to play out.
Yeah.
So you're watching to see how it's and how people react. You know, it's a good movie. So we already know what's going to happen. We know who's going to kiss. We know who's going to win. We know who's going to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like watching a movie you've already watched.
Yeah.
I do that, but I like it. You know what I mean?
2nd Esdras 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
So you have to take a reality as a time frame and break it down with each time passing pertaining to the events. So it's an event that's playing out. Like when you watch a movie that's based off time travel, like I mentioned the movie Paycheck. The movie's based on Esau hiring a Temanite to create a machine that can see in the future. And I've told you about it. He sees the future and he sees that it ends through pestilence, famine, and war. So then what he does is they say, well, let's control those events so that we can control the destiny of this destruction. But what they're doing is fulfilling the destruction. So we are to take time and then base it off events. Somebody say, well, you know, where you think we're at? Well, we're close. Well, why? Well, because this has happened. Matthew, you go down Matthew 24. This is going on. This is going on. So then you find yourself like, so where are we at? Well, really, we're at the cuff you know, of the mark being implemented into a financial level. So some kind of scenario is going to have to play out for the world to be conditioned to accept this, because something happened. So they're like, we need something with a cape on to help us, you know?
Yep. 2 Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently and itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So it said, when thou seest parts. So what are some of those parts? The first thing that comes to mind is Matthew 24 and 14, and this gospel shall be preached. So we're seeing that, because think about it. 70 AD happened after the gospel was spread. It didn't happen before. It didn't happen right during the time. It happened after Paul.
Yep.
It happened after Peter. It happened after Yahushua. So now we're past the point of the gospel. Yep. Now we're at the point of prophecy being fulfilled. So they went out, they've said, they've spoken, and as they're speaking, a great noise, a great cry, right? All these things, you know, the Ezekiel 37, the rumors, wars, everything is taking place. Now we're at the birthing pain, the dilating, the ring of fire. You had the signs in the sky. Now they said that the one ring of fire eclipse that happened in October, it went this way, and they said April 8th, 2024, the next one will go that way, and that'll be an X over Babylon, a Thawa. And NASA released a video and said during the last eclipse, they said there was a black shadow over Babylon.
Yes.
There was a black shadow. Darkness is. There's a black shadow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
can he say that?
Well, I have a quick precept.
Yeah.
Because
just let them know what you're getting.
I got you. I'm gonna get Zechariah 5. You know, this is
so we're holding a few: Matthew's 10, 2 Esdras 9, and Zechariah 5.
Because it reminded me of this precept. Zechariah 5.
Let's let them get there. We're excited. But this is what it is. The scriptures say, precept upon precept, line upon line. You can call it Hebrew hopscotch. You can call it whatever you want. We call it the truth.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Call it what you want. You know?
This is Zechariah 5 and verse 1, but the point I'm getting at is 3.
Yeah, let me break down.
Gotcha. Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe. And he's talking about chariot, you know, not an actual piece, you know, red. Verse 2, it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe, the length thereof 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Now, you know, that's talking about the chariots, because America, Babylon's doomed. You know, so once Yahushua entered into this realm, you know, because Babylon is a curse, it's done. You know, it's already
defiled.
Yeah, defiled. Its fate is destruction.
Yep.
You know, but when he said that about the darkness over, you know, just America, you know, and that what's that picture, right? In that
NASA sign.
Yeah, NASA. You know, it reminded me of this, because darkness is coming to Babylon.
Yep.
Because the day of Yahushua is going to be gloominess, darkness, distress.
Right, just like how there's a dark cloud over Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a dark cloud over the oppressors of Jake.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So Jacob's trouble is going to lead into heathen trouble. You know?
Yeah.
Ultimately, because the Lord judgment must begin at the house, starting with those who know. And then once it trickles through after that, I'm on to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And then finish it off, and it says, Zechariah 5 and 3, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And who stole us? Esau Edom. You know, of course, you know, other nations too, but Esau Edom, he's the main culprit. He's the head of the crafty council.
Well, according to the law, what is it, Exodus 20:16?
Yeah.
If we be found in his hand.
Yep.
So we're going to be found more in the hands of Esau than any other nation.
Yep.
Even though we will be in other nations, but this is the cauldron, this is the pot.
Yeah.
This is where it's all settling. It's like when the Lord said, take the cup and drink. You ever look in like a wine glass, there's that bellow.
Sediment, yeah.
So Babylon's that bellow where no
Yeah.
matter where it is, it all seeps right in
Yeah.
that little pit.
Ooh,
You know?
the bottom.
Yep.
And it says, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
Yep.
You know, going in about, you know, how Esau, he swears in the Bible with the left hand, the left hand, you know, in his courthouses and stuff like that. So not only is he doing all these atrocities and wicked acts, you know that's contrary to the Lord, but he's also swearing on the Bible. You know?
That's why he said, where is thou declared my statutes?
Yeah,
And take
yep.
thy covenant in thy mouth.
Yep.
Esau don't teach the truth. He teaches you lies, but he'll use truth to give you lies.
Yeah.
That's a demon for you. So now back in 2nd Ezra 9.
Back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 3. Second Ezra 9, verse 3, it's page 25.
And Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, come to the brothers and few sisters tuning in. Be circumspect, be prudent. You know, keep a watchful eye on those around you. Keep a watchful eye on yourself. You know, and watch. And now we're in a time where, you know, it does behoove you to watch CNN or Fox, because now you can watch those to see what they're saying. If they're pushing this propaganda, hey, this is what the world news is getting. So watch what he's telling the world so you can understand the spirit the world's in right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Verse 3.
That's how you redeem the times.
Yep.
Sorry, brother. That's how you redeem the times, because, like, let's say a year before, you really couldn't look at news like that because it's like, they ain't talking about nothing. But now we're in a time where he's giving you the revelation by method. He's telling you what's happening, what's going on. And this is how you know what people are thinking, you know? So it wouldn't be wise to go out there wearing an Ishmaelite scarf, you know? It wouldn't be wise going out there strapped up and going to the Blanco Casa and chanting it down and, you know what I mean? Wearing fringes at work, you know? Looking like Ice Cube on the job from Higher Learn. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas tripping. Read this.
It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people and the world.
Now we are seeing uproars happen overnight, don't they? Yeah. Everybody be chilling, getting gas, UFC fight, Canelo, and then boom! Now it's free, right?
Yeah.
But nobody cared about them a couple months ago. They only care when Esau puts it on the air.
Yeah.
That's the only time people are focusing on real. That's what proves that the Lord is putting the spirit of being a prophet on us, because we're saying problems before the problems show up. Then we talk about it before it happens. Then they only talk about it when it's happening. You'll never hear no one talking about the 48ers until something Kyrie.
Right, to something happened.
You know?
To them.
Yeah, to them.
But that was actually something that they brought up as a shot.
Yep.
Because they said Amalek's intelligence should have picked up on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But they was like, how did this happen?
Exactly.
It hasn't happened since.
Exactly.
What, World War II? Something they said? Something happened?
Just like 911.
Yeah.
Why did they pick up on it? Just like the Pearl, right? The Pearl at the Bay, they knew that was allowed to happen. You got some real?
Yeah, this is from Al Jazeera News.
Yeah. Hey, no ski mask to do with the shiesty mask. None of that ski mask stuff. All that. Hey, we harmless as doves. We're not gonna look like nothing they're showcasing on CNN. So when we show ourselves like that, then we see other guys not doing that, things that make you say, huh, right? Kind of weird. Read that.
It says tens of thousands rally around the world in solidarity with the
With Ishmael.
with the Stein.
Yeah. With Finkelstein.
Scott Steiners.
Right. And now everyone, notice how Esau always finds someone else to be the victim? And then Jake just sitting here, just still whipped and stolen. We just still here quietly oppressed, you know? Oh, no thank you. No thank you. Appreciate you asking, though.
No, it's all good.
Yep, have a good one. So read that again. We appreciate that, though.
My address?
No, your article.
All right.
Because you know what I mean, right? Like, Jake's still here. Jake's still down in this, way down in the jungle deep.
In the ruts.
But then the woman came out, she said, put your finger down if you've been.
Yeah.
And then she said, put your finger down if the rocket. Put your finger down if you don't know if you'll live. Put your finger down
genocide.
if nobody cares.
Yeah, right.
And then she said, all the Amalek in the world have all their fingers down. Now they're the victim.
Yeah.
You know, which y'all know what victim means, right? It means someone sacrificed to a deity. See? So now they're, you know, I was waiting for Papoose to come out with his 5 fingers of death. Read this.
This is from AlJazeera.com. Tens of thousands rally around the world.
Tens of thousands. So now this is uproars of the people in the world, and they're going nuts. And really, it's harbored anger against Amalek for years.
Yep.
So what they're doing, and let me say this, Amalek has, what happened during the second woe, we're going to speak parabolically, parable. What happened in the second woe, right, with how they got Amalek, do you know that they were saying that about them since the 1850s? Mm-hmm. Since the 1850s, they've been saying 6 million of us are persecuted in the Russians. 6 million of us are persecuted with the Tsars. Then it landed in 6 million in Germany. That's when it got fulfilled. So they've been crying that number, but it didn't catch wind with the world till the second woe.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. Well, see, because with the Amaleks, how they'll affect you is economically. You can economically oppress, financially oppress people. That's why, you know, Hitler, he went at their head because of that.
So-called.
Because they were being oppressed.
So-called,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Which now Jeff just said he's a Negro.
Yeah.
Y'all, you seen that? The dude from One Body, he said that my man he said Dolph. He said that he was a so-called black man.
Oh, wow.
So low key, you saying that is now labeling us as the ones that did that.
The big crosses.
Yep. You got some?
This is from our Daily Mail. It says, Day of Rage, anti-Big Nose protest spread around the world
Yeah.
with the Ishmaels supporters calling for, oh, this is crazy.
Yep. And guess what? Jake's looped in. With Jake calling on with Jake calling saying their lives matter, they had to say the days of Lot's lives, they mattered. They had to say mechanics and transmissions mattered. And then now they got to say the pails matter. Right?
I can't even read this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, yeah,
That's
damn.
it. So we'll read it from here. Read it from Second Esdras.
Second Esdras 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people
And
in the world,
haven't we seen earthquakes more than ever now? We've been seeing a lot of big earthquakes. Turkey, Afghanistan, these places have been getting hit with monumental quakes. You know? Keep going.
It's a biblical proportion.
Yes. Yes.
verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee,
Yep.
even from the beginning.
So we're seeing the end manifest. That Olga was going to say it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, keep reading.
For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
So we're witnessing the end manifest. And there's a race to who's going to make it to the finish line of the end to establish an order. That's why in Psalms 2 it says, why do the heathen imagine a vain thing? So they're imagining a vain thing of dominance over the known world and a rulership of who's up next, but they don't realize who got next? We got next, right? We actually do, but it's only going to happen through prophecy. So this is why we don't push any other agenda but the Lord's will. When you're pushing something else outside of prophecy, like Yahushua said, you don't know what spirit you're in. Because Yahushua's disciples said, will you send fire down from heaven like Elijah, and he rebuked them and said, you don't know what spirit you're in. Because he had to go to Jerusalem. He had to go to a council. He had to have false witnesses against him. He had to be numbered with the transgressors. So this was needful to happen. Just like now, this is needful to happen. It's needful for us to come out here. It's needful for guys to fall to seducing spirits. It's needful for the least of the flock to draw them out. This is all how it's going to play out. It's like an architect. If he's building something, then certain things have to happen so it can be built that way. You know? Like this has got to hit this, so that falls down to that, so this rolls over here, and then that brings that up, you know?
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you got to clear the land first.
Yep.
Get all the roots up. You got to grade it, level it,
Yep.
make sure it's solid.
Yep.
You have to build on a solid foundation,
Yep.
or you can build anything.
Yep. And that foundation's Yahweh Shai.
Right.
So keep going.
Back in 2 Esdras 9 and 6, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs.
Right, the plain beginnings. When you go into Genesis, that's a plain beginning. I made day, I made night, I made land, I made sea. You know, I made man, I made woman. And so, shut up! You can't just call it man and woman. Now we're in the time of confusion.
Yep.
It was simple.
Yep.
When you read Genesis, it was simple. You know, like if you seed, this is what you eat. This is where you sleep. This is what you do. It was all plain.
Yep.
But now with Cain, with Esau, it's all confusion. And you thank him for bringing that confusion in too. Because the Tower of Babel, it started with who? The Hamites, with Nimrod, you know? And now Esau, he's conjured that spirit up now. So keep going.
And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
So that don't sound like the rapture doctrine to me. It says they that escape. So there's something that's going to have to happen that we need to escape from.
Yeah.
And the ultimate escape is going to have to be from this landmass, where we're going to have to be catapulted out of here in the midst of fire coming down. Just like how the angels went up in the flame and with Samson's father, Manoah. Remember the angel left through the fire?
Yeah.
So us angels leaving our first estate, we're going to have to leave out of this fire going up as it's coming down to burn these people. You know? Because we're dealing with a power that he is. He's the epitome of existence. So in one instant, fire can be dissolving, but it also could be cleansing. So it's going to cleanse and dissolve and purify and catapult us up. So we're going to be taken out of the destruction that's got to cleanse this shithole up. Because that's what this is. Because you can talk about us, you can demonize us, you can call us hateful, but either way, this bitch is going to burn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, excuse my language. As the prophecy says, Sodom and Gomorrah. Babylon shall go as Sodom went. You have men that have proved Sodom and Gomorrah was real, and that it went through brimstone. Well, it says Babylon's going to go that same way, but we're going to be we're being demonized for telling you the truth of future events. You get to do it. Esau gets to tell us history. He had an augur, right?
Yeah.
That's why they call it an inauguration, where you get to swear in the Bible and you get to say, oh, what you're going to do, and we're going to clean up the air, and we're going to bring in skull, and we're going to cancel. You talk all this shit about the future. Like you the only one that could covet prophecy.
Yeah.
You the only one that could talk about prophecy or what's going to come. But when we start mentioning EXG, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's the light, the truth.
You're childish.
You know? Yeah.
You're childish, man.
Yeah. Because people, they've been so conditioned to lies, so when they hear truth, it's foreign to them. You know, so that's why it says in John 3, it says they hate the light. You know, they don't want to be corrected. So that's why, you know, because we're preaching about the end. It's not our words, it's the words of the Lord. This been written down before Babylon was already established.
No, it's your interpretation.
Right.
That's what
hate
they
that.
said.
Right.
I was reading their project, right? The ghetto. I was reading that,
Yeah.
and they said because of how they interpret it, makes them extreme.
Wow. So what is it then? What is it then?
So I got to listen to vocab.
Wow.
I got it. So basically, If you're awake, you're a problem. You need to be asleep.
Yeah.
So he wants you asleep. He wants you to stay. So when you're out here, brothers, he wants you to sag your pants, bounce a ball. When you speak, make sure you say, yo, yo. You know, right? That's how he wants you. You know?
Yeah.
You got some? Let the brothers know. I see we get like, it gets like that. So we had second answer is
Spirits like the wind.
the spirits like the wind.
Yeah.
So if we can get back, we will. But just let them know where we're at now.
All right, we're going to 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11.
Oh, good. Is that about the false apostles too? You should start up. Where is it? Verse 11. I know there's one where it says, that's the angel of light. The one where it goes into the angel of light. Yeah.
That's 2 Corinthians 4.
Yeah, that one, it talks about false apostles and, wicked teachers. But you got this one.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11.
We're demons bringing out a future of prosperity for us while we're in the second dangerous city in New York State. But that's a problem, Y'all know that? This is the second dangerous city in New York State. Yep. But we're the watch
Extremists.
Right.
We clearly have something that's more powerful than a nigga in a trap house.
Right.
This is clearly something more damaging.
Yeah.
To the system.
Yeah. Yeah, because what we're doing right now, it goes against Esau's plans. But ultimately his plans is the Lord's prophecy.
Yep.
The Lord's movie.
Yeah. And let me say this: I've been looking for it. I can't find it. You know how you got the Pike plan? Mm-hmm. Do you know that they have a 7 woe plan? Esau, that the 7th place for that woe is to end in Iran or Persia. So this is why now out of nowhere they're leaking Persia now with what's going on in Amalek land. Y'all see that?
Yep.
They're like, no, it ain't them, it's Persia.
Yeah.
So now they're blaming them. Yeah. But there is 7 wars that they planned, and Persia's the last stop.
But you know what? They're using the so-called terrorist group H as the scapegoat.
Yep.
To attack the.
Yep.
What's that?
Yep.
What do you call it?
Ishmael.
Yeah.
Which they could be doing that just so they could build a 3rd temple.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be the most satanic shit rocking.
Yeah. Right.
So we could witness this kind of keep going, fizzle out, and then now a construction, and then they'll say, we're being attacked, we're trying to build a 3rd temple, like in Nehemiah. We have to have a sword in one hand and our Bible.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this nigga, yo, he's the biggest cry fucking baby.
Yeah.
And people go, they're trying to build a temple.
Right.
People,
That's one thing too. That's part Esau's playbook. He cries wolf.
Yeah.
But the whole time he's the wolf.
Yep.
It's sheep's clothing.
Yep.
Exactly.
He bites himself. He says, look what you did. Charlie bit me. Where are we at?
2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. So this is clearly a device. If you watch the videos that they're releasing, I'm serious. Like, if you actually watch them shits, you can be like, what the fuck are they talking? You feel like in the Truman Show. You like, yo, you can't see this? That's why I went back and watched the thing that happened in New York City. The 9.
That was
Go watch that video. You can be like, bro, there's clearly not a plane.
That was
But I'll leave it there. Shh, I'll be quiet. Fair use. I'm sorry, Esau.
But they did with that was a whole that was a satanic ritual what they did.
That was a big sacrifice. Big bada boom.
Real quick, when you look at the word device in 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, the blue letter, that's Strong's G 3540. The word there is noema, which means an evil purpose.
Wow. So he has evil purposes that we can't be ignorant or unknowing of.
And he uses his media to push out the mental perception of his evil purpose.
And what is media? The goddess of illusion. Medea. Go look it up. Medea. Some ugly Edomite. She's like, where's thou? Go look it up.
You tired of Perry?
Yeah, and then exactly.
Right.
You got one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Job, book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12.
That's experience.
Disappointed the devices of the crafty.
Psalms 83. Crafty counsel.
so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Their agenda, their plan. Remember they showed you that in The Simpsons, he gave him all the plans.
Yeah.
He said I was elected to lead, not to read.
Yeah.
So he's like, you sure? All right. Boom. And what did he do? He put a dome, you know, isolate you. So he could choose to do what he wants to a city. Remember, what was the show? Remember it happened in Atlanta?
Yep.
And then you had that New Rochelle, New York. We don't even know if that shit exists anymore.
Oh yeah.
Remember it got locked, you know?
I remember that shit.
So we're in the times now where there's movies that it would be good to watch because it's playing out now.
Oh, the crazies.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
brother saw that.
Yep.
That's a good one too.
Yep.
I was just
recorded it.
I was on see on YouTube, on TikTok. Edomite was breaking down about that the UN own certain properties in the United States.
They do.
That's why they're gonna bring in the UN
Yep,
troops.
they do.
To have these areas.
They got right now they're occupying certain buildings and they have their own security and they're arguing with New Yorkers telling them not to record, but that's infringing on their constitutional right. So they're already infiltrated.
Yeah,
This
all
thing
that.
it's already infiltrated. Aged, what do they say?
Military age males.
But it said military fighting age males.
Fighting age
I
males.
mean, they could fight your ass.
Meaning they're equipped for the battle.
Yep.
You know, they war ready.
And they'll run through Chicago. They'll run through them out there in Chicago. Because these people here in Babylon, it's so safe and secure that they don't need to train. So if it ain't raining, you ain't training. And it says, he who sweats more in training bleeds less in war. So these people ain't out here training, they're not getting ready. Hey, 99 out of 100 people, you can guarantee they ain't run a mile in probably a decade. When's the last time you ran a mile?
Right, they smoke cigarettes and other things.
Yeah.
The diet is terrible,
That part.
you know.
What's the saying? Fatten them up for the kill.
Yep,
So they've you got these overweight, obese children.
yep.
That's your new army coming up.
Yep.
Fat ass kids.
They showed you that in the movie, what was it, Wall-E? Where in the movie, in the future, everybody had to hover around and they were fat,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, it's an article came out a couple of days ago saying that over 70% of the military, of the Babylonian military, they're obese.
Yep.
They're fat.
Yep.
You know, that's why, like in Jeremiah, what's that scripture? Jeremiah?
Heifer.
Yeah, they're known as called they're heifers, big ass cows, man.
Yep.
You know, all you do is gorge yourself, consume it. Like everybody do is consume. You know.
Lazy.
And I got a quick one.
DoorDash,
Call it out for
Grubhub.
them.
Got a quick one going in about people.
Call it out for
you know,
them.
Zephaniah 2 and 15.
Zephaniah 2 and 15.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 15.
Just wait for him to get it.
There it is.
Keep them Bibles open. Oh, we just read it from the Bible.
It's peanut butter officer.
Oh, well, remember in the time of Rome, it was called the Roman Christian persecution.
Yeah.
Do you know what they charged the Christians in Rome with? They charged them with treason. How about that? Romans occupied them, enslaved them, Hellenized them, overtaxed them, and then they say, you're betraying your country. Shit, I didn't know this was mine. Well, where do I get land at? This supposed to be mine? You know? They're gonna charge you with something in a land that don't even accept you. Ain't that a devil?
Yeah.
That's like sending you to prison and then giving you another charge because you don't like it there. I'm supposed to like it? I'm being corrected here. You brothers there?
Yep.
Yep.
Zephaniah 2 and 15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, right?
Oh.
These people, they rejoice in vanity. You know, all they rejoicing is who won, you know, this Sunday's football game.
Championship,
You know, the a vain wedding where she and the woman, she's not even a virgin. There's so much shit that people rejoice in, but we rejoice in poverty. You know, because we're hasting the time of Yahweh Shai returning. You know.
Read that again from the top.
Yep. It says this is the rejoicing city.
Revelations 11.
Yep.
Remember they gave gifts one to another
Yeah.
because of our dead bodies. So they've been rejoicing because we've been down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's sure. Yep, exactly.
Can I give an example? They do that when a lot of these murderous cops get accused or lose their job. They'll actually start a fund
Oh yeah.
to give them
Yep.
money
Yep.
so that they. It was the Zimmerman with
Yep.
the gun went
Yep.
on auction and
Yep.
Shit's crazy, bro.
You know, it's funny you say that, because even though we don't identify as black, but we are so-called black according to so we have a nation.
Yeah.
But what I found is crazy is when they started, which we know is funded, but when they started the Black Lives Movement, it's crazy how now biker lives matter, blue lives matter. Like they made a fucking, excuse me, they made a joke.
Yeah,
They made a joke. You know what I mean? Like the he says I can't breathe, whatever, he's a demon, that's whatever. But then they mock the quote that's referenced to this murdered Israelite, you know, where the police, they said, I can breathe. Yeah. Just like Vocab. He wanted to make a remix of Party in USA, and then that fucking raccoon Christ ass nigga, he told it to Jay, the producer who used to be in IUIC. Yep. He said, hey bro, I got a new one, Slavery in the USA. And then his ad, you mean to tell me even though you're a Christian, you can't tell someone that you ain't fucking offended, that you're joking about my nation's people, but that's supposed to be okay just because of the religion that you identify as? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's taking your backbone right out. You don't fuck. I ain't never played. I don't care where I was. I never played with racial jokes when it came to me. Yeah. You know what the fuck you mean? Yeah. You know, I ain't gonna front. I was that guy. Yeah. Right. You know, but I say now, don't be like that. If somebody out here yelling nigger, let them. We don't gotta stand up like Bruce Banner in 12 Years a Slave. Remember when he took Mariah Carey in the beginning? He said, "What you gonna do, Dad?" And then he shot him. We ain't standing up like that. And it ain't because we're not standing up for our people. The Lord ain't tell us to stand up as an activist. No. We're to stand up for the Lord here. You see?
Listen, because every fiber in this construct of what we call Babylon is white supremacy.
Yeah.
Every bit of it, the jokes, the humor.
And it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's kingdom.
It said it was the world.
Yeah.
The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Yeah. He's supposed to make fun of Moab.
Right.
He's supposed to make fun of God. Yeah. He's supposed to do these things. Yeah. That's proven the stamp of the fingerprint. If not, who is he? Exactly. Where is he? Yeah. The mere fact that he put this as the face, that is a fingerprint on the crime. Right. I touched it. Yeah. Now my fingerprint's there. Now you know who did it. Yeah. So when he put his face there, he left evidence of who did it. Yeah. You know?
Well, you got Moab worshiping that image.
Hell yeah.
And like you said, the world, because they even got, what's that, cream, the light in their skin?
Yeah.
White supremacy is over there in Asia, in Africa. They
cake
trying
soap.
to get cake soap.
They got Moab got a podcast called Egg Roll. They mad and hyped up about the Christ portrays, Yahushua portrays a black man in the movie Clarence.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that. But they're sellouts anyways, because fortune cookies ain't even a Moab tradition. That shit's made in Brooklyn. But now it's associated in Moab. It's associated in Moab. We're dealing with a continent of creatures that are so cruel and crude that they say make America great, and the fucking hats ain't even made in America.
Remember that scene in Into the Dragon?
I just want to say that too.
Last Leroy, he was like, I want to see the master. He was like, it's no master, it's a computer. Look, that's printing out the things called the fortune.
See?
The cookie. There's no master here.
Don't like the Wizard of Oz. Don't look here. There's nothing to see here.
Right.
So where we were?
Zephaniah.
Is that back in Zephaniah?
Back in Zephaniah. You had that in Rev though, right? Like Rev 11.
No, we quoted it.
Oh, okay.
We quoted it.
Back in Zephaniah 2:15. Zephaniah 2 and verse 15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly.
Yeah, they yelled Gary Owens when they defeated Gad. Remember Genesis 49:19, a troop shall overcome Gad? Well, that troop was known as the 7th Cavalry, associated with the Buffalo Soldiers. Bob Marley, Buffalo Soldiers, but it was the 7th Cavalry, complete, if you will. And then they yelled Gary Owens, which was a song that they sung as they charged in to defeat Gad at Wounded Knee. See? So that's history that happened, you know? And then, speaking of songs, do you know Ted Turner? Do you know that Esau has a song that he's going to play on CNN when he realizes it's the end of the world? And Ted Turner recorded that song in the 60s, and they have it to this day. So when they realize that it's about to be imminent destruction, they're going to broadcast that song across the television. And now Amalek said they're gonna do Operation Samson. Y'all know what that is? It's an operation where they say if all else fails, like Samson did, they're gonna blow everything. Everybody dead.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody died.
Everybody.
That's
One of a celebrity just said that the other day that they're gonna try to kill everybody if they don't win.
yep.
Of course, yo.
Exactly. But that's a plan.
Yeah.
Because out of the ashes we shall rise. So you gotta understand, Esau has a plan of destruction too.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, he was given a great sword.
Yeah.
What was he giving it for? Just for Hiroshima?
Yeah.
Just to let a little fat man and a little boy? No. No. He got something bigger than that. The Lord has given him the invention when it comes to elements, how to construct, separate, pull, and split. He made CERN. And then he's got Elam's God out front of it, Krishna.
Yeah.
And then Oppenheimer said, I become the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
You know?
Didn't you just do a lesson on that? I think you said that when they dropped the atom bomb over there, they didn't even know what it was going to
Yep.
do.
They didn't even know what it
They
would
didn't
do.
know what it was
They
gonna
said
do.
the only reason why they knew that it blew up is the flash.
Flash, yeah.
And they flew over there with one of the planes called Necessary Evil. That was the plane that they flew over there that took the picture.
Yeah.
So any picture that you see from that event
Yeah.
of the explosion or the mushroom cloud,
Yeah.
it was taken from the plane called Necessary Evil. And it was a white pinup woman on it with her brassiere out, which is Babylon the Great. The whore that sitteth upon it was right on the side. They blew that shit up, man.
Yeah. I think you said that they saw the bones in
Yeah.
their hand.
He said-
And somebody said it was like an X. That's how
Yeah.
they came over the X-ray
Yep.
machine.
That's why when you go there, you got to
Yes.
wear a lead vest
That's
over
crazy.
over your
Yeah,
seed,
Your organs. Yeah.
over your seed,
Oh.
because he'll
Oh, yeah,
he'll
yeah.
take a whole tribe out.
Yeah.
Man.
He's trying to take the tribes out.
Yeah.
Really, right? He's trying to get his birthright back. I was
Well,
thinking,
black.
he said, I'm blacker to the ground.
Right. Yeah, he wanted his pigment back.
Yeah. Well, Cain had it, remember?
Yeah.
And he stripped it from him.
Yeah.
And came out eating.
So he's Zeph.
Yep. Back in Zephaniah 2:15, it says that said in her heart,
The spirit.
don't forget the heart is deceitful above all things. That's Esau's pride.
Yeah. Well, you can see that even working out. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And you ain't tired. You know how many times where I've done a set and then I'm like, man, that's it. And then I've increased it and I kept going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, I thought I maxed out.
Yeah.
Nah, like I was working out one time years ago. And it was a Edomite who told me, we were training and I went to lift it and I was like, I can't. And he said, don't ever say you can't.
Right.
And from that day forward, I never did. And that was like the biggest I got.
Yeah.
Because you took yourself to a limit that you didn't think you could go because the heart is deceitful.
Right.
We can't do it.
Right, and we know the heart is the mind.
Yep.
And what they say, the saying mind over matter.
Yep, mind-
So you
yep.
can control
Yep.
a lot of what goes on with your physical.
Yep.
You know, because your mind tells your arm to move anyway.
Yep.
When you know.
Yep. Nervous. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Howard Shah said, tell this mountain to move, it should move.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And you gotta have faith that that's even true.
Yeah.
Like a good carnal example is MJ, right? The GOAT. It was said that he had a mentality that he refused to let anything in his mind that he can't control. Like he said, why am I gonna say I'm gonna miss this shot if I ain't even take it yet? Exactly.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna say I'm not gonna make it and I ain't even endure to the end yet?
Right.
Why am I shooting myself in the foot and we ain't even, get out there yet?
You talking yourself out of
Yeah,
it as you're
bump
trying
that.
to do it.
Bump that.
The feeder's mentality. is what they
That's
call
why
it.
you got the law in Deuteronomy 20. If anybody's afraid now, hey, get it out.
Yeah.
Anybody who don't want to die,
Yeah.
I believe that was Judas Maccabeus quoted that too.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Finish Zephaniah.
Yeah, back in Zephaniah 2:15, it says that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me.
That's why they got a shirt, don't make us 3P,
Yeah.
which is foul, because this is why you got third world countries today. Third world countries are created by the act of war, except Babylon that's being taken place by the chaotic political party. So that shows you that he that is a king today, tomorrow shall die, because your ass can't rule shit. Like how,
And then as is the king, so are the people.
Yep.
So these people are all miniature sleepy creepies out here.
Yeah, they're miniature dirtbags.
Yeah.
Literally.
Creepies.
The women, they're out of shape. They pull these nasty ass linty leggings up.
Nobody flew.
You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Then the men, yo. You're like, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, yo, all week I've been straight salads, like working out all week, just getting my body flushing out inflammation, you know, all that shit. Like, I'm good, you know. We're and that affects your spirit. You know, like you can't just eat meat either. You know.
Yeah.
But let me not say that because I'll be the enemy of the state again. So let's keep going.
And it says, and there is none beside me.
Yep, there's no one else. We help everybody. Nobody needs to give aid to Babylon. We help. Don't call us. We'll call you.
Right.
That's the mindset they have.
Right.
Now with that mindset, your ass has become isolated.
Exactly.
It's like a doting adulterer. All you've done your whole life is pop everybody's woman. You don't deal with your homeboys no more. You just a ladies' man. Now when your ass get in trouble, who you gonna call? Brittany?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
She got a new man now.
Yeah.
Who else you gonna call? You know? Amanda?
Right.
You got 8 niggas at your door ready to fight, and you ain't got nobody to help you. Remember it says, can't ye round about her.
Yep.
She wanted to play the lover to everybody instead of having one main man like us, our man's Yahweh Shai. So now when the deal go down, who you gonna call?
Right.
Well, the Lord said don't call the Ghostbusters.
There you go.
Well, he did, because he said call your prognosticators, stay with your enchantment, bitch, get your leggings, get your umbrellas, get your get your booster bra, get everything that you use to allure us, and see if that shit can can win against my son.
Right.
You know?
And it says, how is she become a desolation?
Because let me say this, when you read in Jeremiah, when the Lord said there was false prophets that said there will be no sword and famine, the Lord said those false prophets going to die by sword and famine. So since you wanted to live a life that you want to see no end, you're going to witness your end. You want to say there ain't no Jacob's trouble, you're going to be in it. You want to say there ain't no mark, you're going to get it. You want to say that the arrows are a conspiracy, you're going to fucking taste the missile. So the Lord is justice. You know? You want to say that you can't lose, you're going to get your ass whooped. By thy words, you're justified or condemned. So watch what you say. Watch your mouth. You know, before the Lord put blood in it. Keep reading.
And it says, a place for beasts to lie down in. Everyone that passes by her shall hiss and wag his hands.
We ain't bringing our kids there.
They're gonna be like, damn. Like we saw Red on Friday. That's how you're gonna look at them.
For real.
I thought you high school was the man.
And they were. Dude, hey, when I was in high school, you know how many men and women peaked? And they were the men, and then you see them years later and they're complete garbage. You know? That's why it was mercy. I didn't peak in high school. You know what I mean? I was a late bloomer. You know? So the Lord really tucked us away. He kept us away from the bullshit and the basketball and the rap and the women and the sex. All corny flesh shit. Because that's the only thing you get not serving the Lord is flesh. As an Israelite. You don't travel the world. You don't come up with something great that changes existence. You know, you break a record for the Hoosers, you know, or the Idol.
How many bottle pennies you
And you know what? One thing I noticed, every Jake I hear, they always say, "I used to be that nigga." I literally, don't you hear that? Yo, I heard a Jake yesterday while I was working out. I was walking through this one exhibit-looking Jake. He was just sitting there, and he literally looked over. He said, "Man, I used to be the nigga, man." And I was like, "Yo, that's a real thing."
You're the man.
See, but they were the quote unquote, you know, because of what? Because they had a little jumper, cat bat hat rap, you know? What? Because you had some women, right? Because you was what, a 17 years on Earth, and you ran a couple yards. You were 17 years on Earth, and now look at you. And now you're 40 years on Earth, and now look at you. So, you know, when you really look at it, we're extremely young. What are we to existence in this realm, in this generation? You 20 years on Earth. Y'all said that before the kids. Like, man, you've been on Earth 14 years. Relax. 14 years. You got people that work longer than that. Just like you got the apostles in their labor, you know? Which, let me say this too. When you hear men that say they've been in the working 30, 40, that's a true work of a prophet. Because Jeremiah, when you look at it, they say he started at 17, but I believe it was younger. But then his ministry, so-called, stopped like 56. So he was out there like 40-some years. So that's a norm.
Well, he prophesied through the span of 5 kings.
See?
You know?
So how many presidents have our elders and apostles dealt with?
Yeah, I
Right.
was thinking about that too. Like, man.
Shit, us, we've only dealt with what, 2?
Yeah.
Right? When I came in, Trump was running.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what woke me up. Because I wasn't Spanish, but I was getting offended how Esau was treating the North. So I started speaking Spanish, like, what's up then?
Right.
You know what I mean?
¿Qué pasa?
Right, like, why are you treating them like this? So I had in my spirit, like, you may not be calling me a nigger, but you still calling him a spick though. But that's the spirit Moses had, where he'd rather suffer affliction with his people than the pleasures of sin for a season.
Yep.
Did we finish Zephaniah?
Yeah.
All right, well, Morar, you got something. So let's get Morar's precept.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, and verse 12.
A little quiet out here today.
Yeah. Too quiet.
Right, it's good when the Lord bring out the weather like this. It settle everybody down. It's like a leash on a dog.
Then we can edify.
Right, then we can actually teach with no problem.
Right, no loud nigga music out here.
Nope.
You know?
Nobody gyrating.
No damn great festival on the corner.
Only wicked people got healthy hips. I'm just playing.
They not getting chastised.
Right, like, yo, you don't gotta stretch before you do
Like
that.
that one time, I think we was playing ball in the summer. It's like a couple years ago. He had even from my memory, he had like a Mike's Hard
Duncan.
while smoking, and it's hot as hell outside. He running faster than us.
He looked like a Spanish Nicolas Cage from Con Air.
Yeah.
He's just
Damn,
dunking
dude.
on everybody, flipping. I'm like, you don't gotta stretch.
Crazy. Natural.
But that's why the Lord said, even the youth
Yeah.
shall faint. You know?
This is, got it? Nahum
Yep.
3 and 12.
Yep.
This is Nahum 3 and 12. I got the Bible Hub that shows you the different translations. This is the NIV. It says, all your fortresses are like fig trees
Wow.
with their first ripe fruit. When they are shaken, the fig shall fall into the mouth of the eater.
Oh, so that's like Yahushua, he said, you built it on sand. So it's fine right now unless someone touch it.
Right.
You know, it's like the baby sleep, but yeah, you bragging because you got your baby to sleep, but let's see how he sleep through a lot of noise. You know, basically when you get tested.
Yeah.
So everybody's a top Israelite till you get tested.
Right.
Everybody a brother, a preceptor, a reader until someone check you.
Yeah.
You know?
Adversity.
Exactly.
Yep.
This is the pulpit commentary.
Uh-oh.
It says, the Assyrians' fortresses are ready for destruction and as easy to destroy as ripe figs are ready to fall from the tree at the least shake of the eater.
Oh, don't it say as a fig falleth? That's how
Yeah.
the arrow's gonna be. Meaning like in an arcing fashion.
Arch. Yeah.
You know?
Verse 13, NIV, it says, look at your troops. They are all weaklings. The gates of your land are wide open to your enemies.
You see that right now, the borders,
Borders, yeah.
right? And now everybody's coming in. When have you ever heard when Issachar crossed the border that there were other nations crossing with him? You
Right.
ain't never
Never.
heard that.
Right.
Never.
You ain't never heard that. Now
Yeah.
everybody crossing.
Now they're passing in, speaking Spanish, blending in.
Yep.
You got Moab, Ham, you know?
Ishmael.
Ishmael, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the Apostle Tahar said, he said, it's just crazy because when Ephraim get into Islam, they straight look like an Arab because of the beards and shit. They like they blend right in.
Yeah.
They said it's messed up when they get involved in these different religions. Yeah, that's true.
We look alike.
Yeah.
It's the color.
Yeah.
So guess what? Now in these last days, brown skin is gonna be targeted. I was trying to watch The Siege last night. They was trying to charge me an arm and a leg, and I'm gonna have to, figure something out. But watch the movie The Siege. It's a perfect example of how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
Lock the whole city. You ever see it? It's with Bruce Willis and Denzel.
It's good. It's a good watch.
Really good watch.
Probably seen it.
Pertaining to
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
It says, look at your troops. They're all weaklings. The gates of your land are wide open to your enemies. Fire has consumed the bars to your gates. Now this is what the KJV says. It says, behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women.
So it's referring to weak, women as weak.
We call you biatches.
Yep.
I got a quick one.
Yep.
Now
Call it out for them.
this will be in the GNT, but it's Isaiah 14 and verse 10. Isaiah 14 and verse 10 in the GNT, and it says, they all call out to him, now you are as weak as we are, right? Because Babylon for so long has been, the strong, nation, and now, through through social media, these generations, they got weaker. All these, all these dudes out here, it's effed up out here. It's really, they're weak,
Feminine.
And it says, you are none of us. Because one point the other nations, they looked at Babylon as the go-to, but now Babylon is as these nations. Now they're becoming strong.
Well, you had Moab tell its youth that were graduating high school. They said don't pick a college in Babylon to go to. So they're telling them to go to Paris, which that's a shithole now too.
Yeah.
But they're telling them don't go to Babylon.
Niggas in Paris.
Yep. Good.
Verse 11, and it says, you used to be honored with the music of harps, but now here you are in the world of the dead. You lie on the bed of maggots and are covered with a blanket of worms.
Wow.
King of Babylon, bright morning star, you have fallen from heaven.
Yeah, look, bright morning star. Oh, you're in Isaiah 14.
Yeah, but the GNT.
Don't it say Lucifer?
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, Lucifer, how is thy fallen? Which just means light bearer.
Yeah.
So Babylon, that proves, the mere fact that they're calling Babylon Lucifer proves Revelations 18, that got the earth drunken. How can you get the earth drunken? Because they're looked at as someone that you can be influenced by.
Yes.
Like, nah, this is good. Let's eat from this.
Yes.
Let's listen to this. Let's get involved in this. Let's get this going for us over here.
Yeah.
So Babylon was looked at one point as a place of success for foreign aid in countries.
Yeah.
That's why you got something called, I think it's called the DOS, Department of State. What they do is they handle the affairs of foreign policies of foreign countries. That's why they get, and their ass one year went over to Ishmael, and then they had to run back holding their tie in their briefcase because he was throwing tomatoes at them.
Y'all remember that?
Remember that shit?
I remember that.
I believe recently they tried to speak on current events and they turned their back on them.
Yep, they turned their back
shit.
on them at the UN embassy or whatever it was. And then Jordan just shunned Biden too.
Oh man. Yeah, so Babylon, no one wants Babylon anymore. It's no more being called tender and delicate.
Well, they don't trust the leadership.
I remember back in 2018, the Iranian president said that he don't want to do more deals with Babylon anymore. So just that alone, nobody trusts you.
You shouldn't. Never trust thy enemy. So that proves that they're looking at Esau and Babylon as an enemy. And the rest of the world is rising up against Amalek. If you notice, people ain't rising up for Amalek. They're against it.
Did a dude in New York had snuffle punched a white chick in the face because she was a Jew.
Hey.
Don't say that.
Yeah. It says Isaiah 14 and 12 in the GNT, and it says, King of Babylon, bright morning star, you have fallen from heaven, right? From rulership. Because we're in the end days of Esau. Esau being king.
Hey, they're gonna call us. They're gonna link us with Ishmael, man.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna link us with Ishmael. Y'all know John Mark Reiser is a pastor. Did y'all know that? Do you know that John Mark Reiser, as a pastor, witnessed Jake using Esau's blessing as with Ishmael's religion? So he witnessed an active Muslim shooter. And then he's in an article saying, I knew he would do that. So that guy, that's why they're going to link us.
He's a mole.
That's why anytime something happened, remember years ago, they were like, the BHIs attacked Amalek in New Jersey. They're gonna use all that shit for now.
Yeah.
There is a reason why Kyrie and Kanye came up.
Yeah.
Why else did they come up? And now this nigga's back doing jelly rolls and two-stepping dunks and shit.
Yeah.
And Kanye, where he's probably gone, but he's out with a naked woman in their mirror.
Yeah.
They use their ass. They use both of them. They use that shit. You know?
And who's that? Marty
Yep.
Sotomayor going nuts.
Yep.
He's been gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nigga got a scarecrow hat.
Right.
People are jokes.
Yeah.
These people are jokes. We don't look at you people with no merit no more. There's no, I don't care. You're walking down the street. You know what I mean? Like, you're not important. That's what the problem is. We're surrounded by nobodies. And we have nobodies that feel that they have a big opinion that matters over truth.
Right.
So it's like, just keep going over there with it. Over here, we don't give a shit about it. You don't have power over here. That's a problem. There's too many nobodies that have this self-delusional power walking around. Like, look at a nigga that's got 10,000 followers.
Right.
He thinks he made it.
Right.
They're delusional.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know what? Just by doing that hurt them more.
Yep.
When you can ignore somebody
Yep.
that's yelling at you, flipping you off in traffic, you just mind your business. I think I was watching this short, and it was like a comedian was saying somebody flipped them off in traffic, and then they sped up real quick to try to talk shit. And then they wouldn't look at him, and then she's like, "Oh my God, just want you to look at me. I want to," because they want you. They want your energy.
Remember, it says,
know?
resist the devil and he shall flee.
Yeah.
So you got to actually resist him.
Yeah.
You got to resist him. Keep going. You bring it.
Yep. Back in Isaiah 14:12, and it says, King of Babylon, bright morning star, you have fallen from heaven, right? Meaning rulership. Because we're in the last days of Esau, being in power, And it says, and right now he's trying to do everything to stop prophecy. But what he's doing, but what he's doing is fulfilling it.
That's why there's going to be a lot of weird things happening these last days. That's why Yahweh Shai summed it up with, if they say I'm in the desert, don't go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he summed it up for us.
He's desperate.
He's desperate.
He's desperate,
Who was that demon over there in the Middle East was walking around in the desert?
Messiah.
Talking about he was Christ and all this shit.
And it says, in the past you conquered nations, right? You had it all. The past, the little horn, the 13 colonies, ancient Rome, Greece, still to this day.
Well, look at Alexander the Greek, how notable he was, and then he fell, 12 years?
Right.
Yeah.
Fell in 12 tribes.
Yeah.
Right?
No time.
He fell to some he got the fruit.
Yeah.
He got the fruit of his labor. Fruit fly. Yep.
I think it was syphilis.
He was a mo.
Yeah.
I think I got syphilis.
Yeah, he was Momo. And it says, last line, it says, but now you have been thrown to the ground.
Oh, Isaiah 47.
Yep.
Get that.
I got it right here.
Sit down. Let's go to Isaiah 47, brothers.
Yep.
All right.
Now your ass get thrown to the ground. You go, why? And you know what? Esau does act like a crazy woman. She, hey, man, get your ass off me.
Yeah.
And she fall. Ah!
Yeah.
And the police coming.
She look around.
Yeah.
Help.
Right.
He pushed me.
But he the one that, you got men in your phone, you causing drama,
Yeah.
you popping his tires.
Yeah. Nobody talk about that shit.
Nope.
Right.
What led up to the point
Yep.
where motherfucker pop?
They have the right to retaliate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They have a right. It's Queen of Heaven, man.
Yeah.
It's the Queen of Heaven.
Yeah. Yep. This is the book of Isaiah 47.
And let me say this too, with in Rev 17 when it says the beast shall hate the whore, with the world rising up against Amalek, and you have a lot of people in the beast that are Ishmael's religion, right?
Yeah.
Muhammad was a number one name in like 2019
Yeah.
Damn.
over there. So when you think Britain, Europe, there's a lot of Ishmaelite religion.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So they could turn their back on Babylon for Babylon siding with Amalek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's different sects of them too.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
just
Exactly.
Muslims,
Exactly.
Sunnis,
Shiite.
Shiites,
Yeah.
and all
Oh,
that.
shit.
But you're right, they invite everybody.
Yep.
So you could be a Caucasian Muslim,
Yep.
African.
Yep.
That's true.
They're all welcoming.
Yep.
Yeah, like Christianity.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard on Putin Muslim.
Could be.
Well, there's a lot of like Khabib. He is
Oh yeah, the fighter, the UFC fighter. Yeah, he's Muslim.
Ishmael. Ishmael religion.
Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Isaiah 47 and 1.
We'll just say Ishmael's religion from now on.
Yeah. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
What's the dust?
Confusion.
Confusion. So that's confusion, like the movie LD25, which is on Tubi. I highly recommend you watch.
Oh, that's a great
Great ass biblical movie.
Yeah.
All Jake cast, so I'm all with it. Right? When they say, they say, who you voting for? Whoever's black. So, but I'm saying, the movie was all Jake's. So they did a good job.
Yeah.
They did a good job biblically. He said they knocked on their door. OG Bobby Johnson opened the door, and he said, "Babylon is falling."
Yeah.
I seen that.
That's
I
it.
saw
You
seen
It
that?
is
Yeah.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
The dude
so-
from South Central.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the father
Yes.
in there.
That's a great movie.
Got betrayed in the end.
Yes.
Yeah, his wife. and
Yeah,
this
yeah,
wicked
sick.
shit. Yeah. But and the little cat from
Martin.
Moesha.
Yeah,
the
and
little
Martin.
one.
Yeah.
He said, and the girl from
My wife and kids.
My Wife and Kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good movie.
Good movie.
Good watch.
Yep.
What's the name of it?
The LD25.
Yeah.
Speaking in code.
Yeah.
LD. You know.
Read it again.
Yep. Isaiah 47 and verse 1. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
Right, now you don't have a plan. Now you don't have a means of how we're going to get out of this. How are we're sending $1 billion here, $1 billion there, right? But in right here, where they're sending it is what needs it most.
Yeah.
You ain't heard nothing about Hawaii since Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Shit is silence out
Yeah.
here. You're silence. You have no voice in Babylon.
Yeah.
This is why you're to call and pray to the Lord.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you falling on deaf ears.
Yeah.
Help! Ain't nobody coming.
Yeah.
People are under a spell because of the perception that Esau gave you through movies. Even the way he shoots guns and people, none of that shit is how it happens in the real world. You know?
And it says, "Sit on the ground, there was no throne,
Yep.
O daughter of the Chaldeans."
So you're getting taken out of rulership. See? This is the process of you falling out of rulership. Keep going.
"For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate."
Now you're being referred to as a third world country. Now you're being referred to as don't go there.
Yep.
Yep.
You know? Tourists now. They came and go to San Francisco. Walking up with the pen, break the window, grabbing their supplies.
Defecating in the streets.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's good because y'all come over here while Jake's still at the bottom and you try to step over there and say, let's look at the Niagara Falls.
Let's go to the Marriott.
When you go to the Niagara Falls, let's go to the Bodega. When you go to the Niagara Falls, not even like 100 yards is hell.
Man.
You know? It's literally a ghetto. It's shambles. It's shit. It's trash.
And it's-
When you go to what the hell was it? Atlantic City.
Yeah.
You got the big ass $1 billion motels and the hotels. You got all this, but then not even 200 yards, they're shooting up, huffing. I seen it.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this shit looks like Philadelphia.
Yeah, bro.
But you go in there 20 on red.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what's crazy about that Niagara Falls though? That's on the American side. Now when you go over Canada, it's a totally different
Wow.
picture. I've been
Yeah.
over there a
Yeah.
few times.
See?
Yep.
The shit is killing the
clean.
American side.
Yeah.
And they got more shit to do
Yep.
too. It's a shame. I'm
Wow.
like, damn, but it's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But that's why it says no more tender and delicate.
Yep.
Like this not the 1950s
No.
anymore, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
You know, like really, I wasn't born in the 80s, but with the whole epidemic with the CR,
Right.
yeah, that's the shit got like devalued,
Dwindled to
yeah,
destruction.
Yeah,
But that's the nibbles of the old world.
Yeah.
Because this is now the new age of thinking. The new age movement is Esau's plan of how he's going to construct life after the third woe.
Yeah.
So now he's taking nibbles away of what they call the nuclear family.
Yep.
So everything is already playing out.
Yeah.
You know?
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 2, and it says, take the millstones and grind a mill.
Don't it say that a day's wage for a loaf of barley, you know, grinding shall cease. Y'all remember during the Great Depression is how a lot of food inventions came out.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So now with a greater depression, you know, people are going to have to get creative.
Yeah.
You're right, because what is that, canned goods? That was a fairly new thing to be able to preserve the food. You had to can it.
Yep.
Those were newer inventions.
Yep.
So yeah, they had the preservatives put in the food.
Yeah, hell yeah. And it says, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg.
Right, expose it.
Right.
Because media is the last thing that Esau has to give perception that everything's okay.
Yep.
The television right now is the last thing that is keeping him up and up throughout the world.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he wants to get rid of independent sources so they don't tell you the real news.
Right.
Like they always say, what they're not telling you.
Yeah.
People are rebuking CNN while she's sitting there trying to, Israel, and then you got the Ishmael like, bitch, I'm fucking baby. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, and she's, I'm sorry, with that blank ass stare, with her fucking recessive blue eyes. I'm sorry.
Right. Show me. Link.
They don't give a shit, man.
Yeah.
They're snakes. The people that work for the image are the worst people to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're possessed with the image. I'm Gail Weathers.
Yeah.
You know, they're the worst people to deal with when it comes to truth or reality. They're not going to tell you what's going on in the real world. They're going to give you a perception of a narrative that they want you to believe, even though the world's on fire. But it's okay, you know? Once you get your lotto ticket, you can win $1 billion. Keep reading.
Yep. Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 2, it says, take the millstones and grind a mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg.
Right, so now Babylon is being made bare that it's not so great. Hollywood to Hollyweird, right? Keep going.
And it says, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
So now people are seeing the shame of Babylon. Now they're not being looked at as much as how they used to. Like once Magog, they made a statement and said, you're not going to do to us what you did to the Native Americans.
Yeah,
That's shame.
Yep.
That's shameful spewing. You know? They're talking about the family unit, the children, the women. Hey, foreigners don't even want Babylonian women.
Yeah.
They don't desire
Yeah.
Babylonian women. You had Idris Elba come over here, become a superstar, and don't even want the woman that he could get here.
Yeah, he like, yeah.
So what's that tell you? You know? This place is a shithole, man.
Yeah.
Nobody wants this.
It's not desirable anymore.
Nope.
Babylon's not in its prime.
Nope.
You know? Just like we were saying earlier, damn, homie, what happened to you? You know?
Well, like Teddy Brooks said and shot us, he said, look, it's the king of Miami. Or at least he once was.
Yeah.
You know, keep going.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered,
Yep.
yea, thy shame shall be seen.
And we're seeing that. The island, you know?
Yeah.
Island boys, you know, the deep undergrounds, you know, the Luciferians, you know?
Yep.
The Manate.
The PG.
Yep.
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 And it says,
Illuminatis.
yeah.
Shit, Pac told you about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Prodigy.
Yeah. ODB. Yep.
Yeah.
And it says, verse 3, I will take vengeance,
The Kwam.
and I will not meet thee as a man.
Meaning he's coming in a celestial. Because you see what you did when he had the terrestrial.
Yeah.
So he's coming in a celestial form.
Yep.
Didn't Melchizedek come celestial, then to terrestrial?
Yeah.
He didn't have a mother or father, and he came down.
Yep.
So, and that's Yahweh Shai. You know? Keep going.
And it says, verse 4, Isaiah 47 and verse 4, as for our Redeemer, our Savior, the Lord of hosts is his name,
Yeah.
the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent,
No, he's the Holy One of the world.
the Holy One of Israel.
The whole
Right,
world,
right, the Lord of Israel, you know.
Right.
Verse 5, it says, sit thou silent.
These people have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And hey, you can blame the fool system for that.
They're just like NPCs.
Yep.
Yeah. it's like the game Sims. They're simulated, man.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy for one of these people to dress up like a derelict. You never know.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they showed you that Mo money. Remember, he was walking down the street and he told his brother to take the money from the bum, but he knew it was a cop. And then he said, "Hi, officer." And he said, "Get out of here." And in the beginning of Mo Money,
I remember
it was
that,
a cop, or the movie Money Train.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes
yeah.
would train himself as a drunk.
Yep.
And the two big black women was like, "You coming home?" They was gonna Deuteronomy 22 him. You know?
That vulnerable homeless man.
See? So hey, that could,
And it says, verse 5, it says, "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness."
Right, shut your ass up.
Yeah,
Shut up, Biden.
yeah,
Stop trying to tell us what's gonna be the what of what.
right.
We in a time where we don't need to hear you, man. We don't need to hear that. Like, I feel that way now. Like, I don't want to hear your breakdown. I was like flicking through, and this Edomite was trying to explain how in the New Testament sin wasn't forgiven. Shut up. The Lord gave him a way to sacrifice. We understand now it's through Yahweh Shai, but I don't want to hear your rhetoric of your explanation.
Right.
Like Elder Yashuamba said, we're tired of your colonialism. We don't need you to tell us the breakdown no more.
Right.
We know how to read and write now.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They gonna get jacked up. Right. Keep reading, don't walk by us.
Right.
I'll move camp. I'll move camp. See something, say something. I'm saying something.
Right.
Not me.
Yeah.
Nah.
And it says, "O daughter of the Chaldeans."
Which that really is our culture, though. Fair Mitri. You know, that's our culture.
Yeah.
But see how Ishmael's religion is so close to ours?
Yeah.
That's because they all East E is Shem too.
Yeah.
Which all the nations that are key players are Shem.
Yeah.
Moab, Elam, those guys.
Ashur.
Those guys. The other guys.
Yep.
And it says,
We
But that goes to show you that traditional garb they used to wear. It wasn't always the suit and tie shit.
Nope.
That monkey suit shit. That's Esau shit perpetuated.
Or that's an obelisk, the tie, that's a rod.
Yeah.
Actually a rod.
Yeah. Or a rope.
Yeah.
Hang yourself.
X magic.
Well, they put a sword to your throat when you get in league with the Masons.
Yeah.
And you ain't in construction. Keep going.
back in Isaiah 47 and 5, it says, "O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms."
Yeah, meaning other nations like, nah, you ain't over us. The beast, nah, she ain't riding with us no more. Remember, because it says she rideth upon the beast. With Rev 17, if you want to grab it, you could correlate it with that. It says that the beast shall hate the whore. So why is she not going to be called the lady of kingdoms no more? Because the kingdoms are the other nations she's over.
That gave them her power.
Yep.
Now they're gonna be like, you know what?
Yep,
Fuck this up.
yep.
Yeah.
China, North Korea stay threatening now. Said
yeah.
Wayne Brady had to smack her,
Yep.
right? She is a whore. You got some?
The whole Babylon.
Getting 17,
Yeah.
verse 12. No, just a point.
All right. This is Rev 17
And then 16. Next page.
and verse 12.
No, next page, 16.
Book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 16.
Yep.
Man, Babylon, that's called.
Yep.
Oh, Lord, God bless you.
Right, man. That's captivity.
Yep. So the next thing is Wall Street, the market, the economy, you know.
Yeah.
Dominoes.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
dominoes.
Yep.
Next triple
Yep.
effect.
Wars brewing at a high rate. You know, Iran is irate. This is good news, man. It's like Persia.
Revelation 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast,
NATO, and the EU, like the 10 toes, and Daniel 2,
which
right?
are 10 kings.
Not like this demon army of Yahweh Shai, he was caught himself trying to break that down.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fucking demon.
Pudgy ass demon.
So now heathens. Oh, and then you know where he got taught from? Fucking Deacon Sakari Varsity School. You fucking demons. Yahweh Shai said, freely give, freely receive. So yo fucking, I'm sorry, but I'm speaking as a man, I apologize, but your ass took the truth that you received for free, and you decided to get money off of it. Now an agent, instead of having to do all this months of research, right? When y'all study, you gotta go here. You brothers, you know. Damn, if I want to know Daniel 7, I gotta stop reading, look on the internet. Where's that breakdown? Boom. Now I'm Daniel 2. Where's that breakdown? All these breakdowns that it took our life and lives to receive. Now you can just go to Sakari Varsity, pay $30 fucking and an agent can be taught for free. And now he can go out and AR troubleshooting with seat seats on and say Kwam Yasharala. Fucking demons, man.
Dressed in green, like looking like a, one of Mr. HH hoes.
Well, he was wearing a green shirt, which could be a green screen. So you could easily put that video he did, Esau could use that and put anybody's face on it and have you out there shooting. It's a green jacket. That could be, you could literally, now I'm in front of it, now you could put someone else in front of it. We're dealing with the devil.
And they show you that in the movie Manchurian Candidate. He was because they was like he was the one that did something that came in the White House, and it wasn't him. The whole time it was Esau that did that. But they put Denzel's face underneath Edomite's body.
Exactly. And he gave him. They had the Denzel lip and everything.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Rev 17 and 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast,
European Union.
These shall hate the whore.
Now there's going to be a scenario why they hate the whore. And we're seeing people in the beast rallying for Ishmael because of what Amalek and the whore is doing. See? And the whore has to side with Amalek over the beast. Babylon has to side with the least of the flock. They're not siding with the beast. Keep going.
It says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
That means in the third war. So now we see why it says her that once was a lady of kingdoms, well now she's not, because there's 10 kingdoms or regions that are telling you right here, we don't like you. We broke up, So back to Isaiah 47.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse.
So it's a good thing to keep your eye on the Shemitic nations,
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 6. Isaiah 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Right, under Esau is where we receive the brunt of the punishment, the level he went. Because if you think about it, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Medes, they were all cool with us, but then when the Greeks came under Epiphanes, the 6 Syrian wars, when he came in and took our altar, where it says the abomination, he'll take away the daily sacrifice. So he took that from us. He stopped us from sacrificing
to our God.
And
put a swine on our altar.
Yep. Sleeping with women in the temple. And now they're talking about they're going to go build a 3rd temple. Ain't that about it? So you destroyed it, desecrated it, did vile things to it. But now you want the world to believe that you're them, you're the people now, and you're going to build a temple for Holy of Holy. He's probably going to put CERN in there.
Oh, man. Man. Verse 7, and it says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
That's their mindset. Like Zephaniah, this careless city that rejoiced,
So that so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
They don't. And that's why you got heathens here today that they think that this is base, this is safe. No matter what's going on in the world, we could come here until it's over.
Yeah.
We'll just go to Babylon, and then when it's over, we'll go back.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that just happened. I was watching this news channel, and they had one of the FJs come over here to avoid what's going on over there. And then when shit get right back where they think, then she gonna, you know what I mean, go back.
Yep.
See,
they're replicating 911, but what they don't realize, they're gonna go in and not come back.
Right.
That's the problem. There's a lot of Ishmael believers out there, and they're going into that land, to that valley.
And you know, Ishmael is described as a wild man. They do some wild shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
kamikaze.
Yep.
Saying?
They're about it.
Yeah.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 7.
And remember, Persia was a dominating empire. You know, they defeated Syria, Babylon, you know, all them, that region. They were conquering, you know. They were doing some wild stuff. So Persia ain't nobody to play with, like they're a joke.
Right.
That's a very heavy nation right there.
Yep.
From Shem.
Yep.
The ancient Persian Empire had 120 provinces, man.
So that's 120 New York states.
Yeah.
You know.
Basically.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 7, and it says, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Yeah. See, you didn't think about what would happen at the end. You're so busy digging a pit that you didn't think that this pit, basically you're digging your own grave.
Right.
You're thinking that this is another trap that you're digging and setting, and you want somebody to fall in it, and you don't realize you yourself are gonna fall in it. So this man's in a trick bag all the way around.
Oh, yeah. Verse 8.
And now we're just waiting for it to happen. It's like a hunter, you're hunting turkey, but you gotta wait for the turkey to come across to shoot at it. You know?
Yep.
I'm hunting wabbit.
Yep. Very quiet.
Or you're hunting a predator that could potentially kill you.
Yep.
You out here thinking you about to kill it, and then some big ass Kodiak come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's why he'll hunt bear when they're hibernating.
Yeah.
Cowardly.
Yeah, because he can't do it in season.
Yeah.
So he does it. He does it out of season, and they feel like they accomplished something when they kill a mother bear and the cubs. That shit, look it up. It was on Daily Mail. Keep going.
Verse 8, and it says, therefore, hear now this, that thou art given to pleasures.
Decadence. Do you know? Like right now, y'all know Gordon Ramsay.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know Bam, right? Y'all know them. You know that there are 3 other Edomite empires that glorified their chefs before their empire fell. It was Rome, the Spanish, and the Ottoman Empire, where they glorified their chefs before that empire fell. Because what? Decadence, eating. They were given into excess of sex. Do you know over drinking and excessive sex is a way to worship Baal? So all that freak sex, women crush Wednesday, thirsty Thursday, sex, all that y'all women do now. I 300 men and I feel empowered.
Right.
Yeah, that's Satan worship.
Yeah.
That's Satan worship.
What do they call that? Gluttony?
Yep.
It's sin.
But we're demons because we want a virgin. Are we supposed to want a woman that's done multiple men? You know? Thou side chick, work husband. That's all Baal worship. These people are worshiping Satan and they got no idea. And I ain't with none of that shit. I ain't with none of that. Get the fuck away from me on that. Hey, if I sense any satanic shit, get away. You're out of here. We're not worshiping Satan.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse.
And if you're a woman that wants to empower women, you got a Queen of Heaven demon on you. It's called Sister of the Eastern Star. It's a Masonic order that's only for women, and they use the Bible to empower them with Esther, with all those women. That's how that's a Masonic order. So if a so-called sister comes up talking about the women in the Bible, you got a fucking demon on you. It's a Queen of Heaven demon that's actually a Masonic order, and on the front of the Bible is a pentagram.
Yeah. She got that. They got that Wonder Woman spirit.
Yep. So stay away from me. And if you think we equal, square up. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. for you sisters out there, be aware of that, man. Be aware of another woman around you pushing nothing but women. That's literally a doctrine of the devil.
Yeah, it is. Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 8, therefore hear now this, that thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, just like it says in Zephaniah 2:15, that says in thine heart.
Look, right here, you just, yeah, you better be jogging for the trouble, Right. Even Esau he said, yo, you better get physically in shape.
Yeah, that'll be wise.
He said, if you don't know the amendments, at least learn the second one.
Yeah.
Which is the right to,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you got, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg. He's training, jujitsu and shit, For what? Because things about to get bad out here.
Self-preservation.
He's about to tape a rocket to his back.
Just like, what's the movie? Don't Look Up?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
But as men, you should. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it says,
health is more important than pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Verse 8, and it says, that says in thine heart I am, and none else beside me.
Who else said I am? The Father.
Yeah.
But then he said moreover, So you say it in second person.
Right.
But he's saying he's God. 2 Thessalonians, he says, who portrays himself as God, sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Mm-hmm. That's Esau. Esau says he's God and the devil. Right? He said, if I were the devil, I would do this. And he says, but I'm God, so I'm doing that. And he points. Then you got some naked white man having a moment. That's sick. That's sick, man. Right? This place is real nasty.
It is.
It's icky.
Yeah.
It's as they tell Jake babies, caca.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Sticky icky.
Yeah.
Verse 8, and it says, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
We ain't gonna lose. Yeah, nuke them. They always say that.
Mm-hmm.
They're in for a rude awakening. And that's what this place needs. These people need a rude awakening. Because they're all stuck in this zombified slumber state. They need to be slapped awake. Like a lazy child that ain't up and it's past 12. They got their blinds closed.
Yeah.
You just need to fucking wake your ass up.
Right.
Kick the bed.
Yep. No, kick their face.
Yep.
Pour water on.
Yep. I'm serious.
Right.
That's how this place needs to be. And it's some stupid, weirdo, trash-ass Christian gonna look at it and say, well, what? Get out of your fucking emotions, man. That's the problem, is there's too much emotion that's accepted over truth. Well, what do you think? Stop worrying about what I think. The heart's deceitful. Let's see what the scriptures say. Let the scriptures be true and every man a liar.
That's right.
That's the time we're in. And we're finding out all you people are trash. You have nothing you really believe in. You're just proud and you're delusional. You got some stupid ass parchment paper framed on your wall with a gold sticker that says 2-year bachelor. What's that mean? Master. And don't degree mean the lower?
Yeah, to lower.
Yeah. And then I think out of Yale, Yale is the Urim and Thummim. It has that in the Syrian Hebrew. But then there's another, I think it's Harvard, where it has the monkey.
Yeah.
It has like animals.
Yeah.
So basically, when you walk into this pristine college, the whole method is for you to come out as a monkey or a parrot.
Yeah.
Monkey see, monkey do, and a parrot just mimic.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 8, and it says, neither shall I know the loss of children, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Right, like loss of children, meaning loss in war. But then you eat children.
Ah, man.
What could you do to them? Shit, man.
They shook them, man.
They taint these children. They allow children to, pick their gender and shit.
Right.
Say that they identify as something else.
They give them authority,
Yeah,
which
man.
they're really not. They're giving them a lesser of two evils.
Right.
They don't say that you can't do it. They say which one do you want to do.
Yeah.
And then you had Orlando Brown, which he's all messed up, but he had
Disney
stated,
kid.
what's that shit? Who was in Disney was Gina Maxwell, that demon witch, that fucking demon. But he said that the people for the most part, that you be seeing on commercials, they're trafficked. They're trafficked. So like kids, you know, you don't even, because name the time you see someone on a commercial and you seen them again.
Right.
You know what
Never,
I mean?
never.
Like a laundry commercial. She over there smelling the blanket and the bear comes out, right? And you don't see him again.
But that's because it could be on the set.
Yep.
Or, you know, one of them items.
Yep. And you think you're going there for acting. This place is sick.
Well, I think in this city this year alone, there's been 60
62.
children
63, I believe.
that's been abducted,
Yep.
kidnapped.
Oh, do y'all know that there's a
Serial killer. Loose. The one Michaela just got found over on Lyle. 16.
I should see her all the time too.
Damn, man. Place is sick, man.
Second most dangerous city.
It's hell. Verse 9, and it says, Isaiah 47 and verse 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come they shall come upon thee and their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries.
See?
And for the great abundance of thine
This
enchantments.
dude is a witch. Do you know that they proved that listening to Christmas music constantly is actually damaging to your brain?
Wow.
But they all right? Right?
Yeah.
Like, damn, bruh.
That shit annoying.
Oh
After,
shit!
like,
Then
damn,
what? A few days is Sam Swain
Yep.
Oh,
Oh yeah. It's about to be up.
about to be creepy season.
Which the real day is November 1st, but they make you do it the night before.
That proves the evening in the morning on the first day.
Yep. This place is sick. I'm gonna keep saying it.
It is sick, man.
It is, man.
It says that this place is polluted. It shall destroy with the
It
sole
is.
destruction. You know?
And it puts a spell on you to want to keep shopping.
Yep.
They said that
Yeah.
Christmas music does.
Yep.
Somebody put that up. Somebody put it up. There was this chick in the UK talking about something about Christmas, whether it's pagan or not. She don't care because, you know, it's just it's some crazy
She's through.
shit.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
finished.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. They allow crazy people to have an opinion.
Yeah, platform.
Yeah.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 10, and it says,
Right now, you got people that want you to accept what they believe they identify as. But I identify as rich, but that don't make it true.
all right.
You know, I can't say if you got a Kia, it's a Mercedes.
Yeah.
But you gotta accept fucking Jerry.
Yeah.
You know, with a skirt on.
Yeah.
And not call yourself a king.
Yeah.
Right.
But we still called black, but they can be called,
Yep.
something else.
Yep.
You
But
know?
we're just black.
Yeah.
Exactly. Keep
All right.
reading.
Isaiah 47.
Hello. How you doing? Keep reading.
Isaiah 47 and 10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
Yo, he's not trusting wicked.
Yeah, right. He trusts in Satan. You know, he put his trust. He'll put his trust in the Lord. He don't believe in the Lord. He think he is the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, so okay, you gonna think that. Now keep doing this. Now I'm gonna destroy you with this. It says,
again.
for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. What's she talking about?
That's my aunt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all good, man.
It says, thou hast said, none said to me.
Yep. That's the spirit Esau has. That's why he puts things out in movies. He puts things out subliminally. He does subliminal signs. That's why you see guys do the conort. You know, they do things because they think that no one's gonna catch on. That's the problem. Esau thinks that he can do something in front of you and you can't tell what he's doing or why he's doing it.
Yeah.
Why is he doing it?
Yeah.
You know?
David Copperfield shit.
Yep.
Right.
Smoke
right.
and mirrors.
Yeah.
Don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Right?
This is all a dream.
Yep.
Oh, y'all remember that magician that came out? I think he he masked himself, but they was trying to kill him because he revealed the secret.
Yeah.
on how to
That
do the
TV
magic.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. And it says, verse 10, that thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee.
Yep.
And thou hast said in thine heart, right? He's like this dude, man. He's wicked, man.
You see it with
Yeah.
with the people with evolution, who are going to Mars, claws. You see how they talk, what they think. They're perverted in their mind with their own understanding.
Yeah.
Right, because the scripture says knowledge puff it up. So the Most High gave this man enough knowledge to puff him up and pervert him.
Yep.
Damn.
Even Amalek, who's supposed to be the people. And why are we not hearing nothing about their God?
All the time.
Have you heard anything about their God
Right.
since this has happened?
Right.
But you hear about America, so America's their God. Esau's they're their own God.
Yeah.
They're their own Messiah. I've actually read that in a book before, where they identify as their own Messiah. They do. They don't believe in one.
Damn. Oh shit. And it says
They got that Old Testament demon.
that proved that they're, you know,
Heavy.
the other people.
The others.
The others.
Right, the others.
They're on the other side with a Mahdi Stoudemire.
And it says, and thou, verse 10, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
As a thief. Keep going.
And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
He's not going to be able to escape prophecy.
Right.
Esau is not going to be able to disrupt prophecy.
Yeah.
He's going to have to go through prophecy. And we're going to meet him on the other side.
Yep.
And that we'll be in power when we get to the other side.
Yeah.
You know? He don't want that.
Yeah.
He don't want that.
And that reminds you of the scene in Avengers Infinity War when Doctor Strange, he said, he was like, they asked him, he said, how many times did we win? He said, what did he say? He said, like,
He said there was only one way out.
yeah,
And they didn't win.
Yeah.
The only way that they thought they'd win is by giving in.
yeah.
That's why they made that spin.
Yeah, and it was like it was like 1 million
Ways to die.
scenarios that they was gonna lose.
Yeah.
And it says, verse 12, it says,
We'll wrap it up.
okay.
Yeah.
Verse 12 it says, stand now with thine enchantments
Right.
and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Just like with Jake, calling the gods ye chosen.
Yep.
So since you've been using subliminal messages, numerology, colors, astrology,
Sound.
yep, use that now against my son, and let's see what's going to happen in the war of heaven. Now let's see how you prevail in the third woe.
Right.
Because you had a plan, you had all these enchantments to lead up to create this third woe. Now let's see you stand with what you use to win it.
Right.
You know, to prevail.
Yeah.
You know?
What they call that in the art of combat? Hand to hand? Yeah.
Yeah.
Put you
Yeah.
up against the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how you gonna prevail.
And it says, verse 12, and it says, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth,
Yep.
if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
Right. Your conception was off witchcraft.
Yeah.
You know? You had the Quaz was your god. You know?
Yep.
You were into all type of satanic stuff. Why you think he offered a pig on the altar? That was left hand. That was the youth of Esau.
Yeah.
When you think about the conception in his early days, he was all into this. He chose the left hand side to defeat his brother Jacob. That's what he did. He wanted to defeat him so bad, and then said, "This is how you do it."
Right.
And he dove into that. He delved into that, and he's used that same playbook. But he don't know that who he serves, they serve the Lord.
Yeah.
You know.
And it
just
go-
like I'm sorry.
No.
And just like I believe it was his wife told him, she said, "Look, this man is he's a man of the Lord. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing against
Yeah.
him."
Yeah. Or you had Pilate's wife. She said, "This man here, I've suffered many nights of dreams because of him."
Yeah.
Wow.
You know. Balaam wanted, was it Balak? Balak wanted Balaam,
Curse us.
and he like, "Yo, I can't curse what's anointed."
Right, exactly.
So that Esau's been fighting against the Lord this whole time, but really he's fulfilling prophecy.
Yep.
That's why he said, what's that? He said the heathen, he extended it.
Yes, it says they have further the affliction.
Yeah, he
Further
furthered the
the
affliction.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude.
Meaning they went too far.
Yeah.
Real.
We left Egypt. You attacked. You know, like you the first to wage war.
Got in chattel slavery.
Yeah.
Got the KKK
Alas,
chasers.
alas.
Yeah.
which
man.
Albert Pike was a member of the Triple Ks.
Oh man.
Which Triple Ks means 33. That's why the Kardashians' father named them Kim, Chloe, and whatever. Courtney. That's 3 Ks, 33.
Yeah.
So they're all into that shit. So stand with it.
Yeah.
You know? Call your mammies. You know? Stand with it. That's why I'm excited. All these tough-ass, weirdo, delusional people, they're individual. I want you to use what you gave your life to fight against prophecy.
Right.
And let's see how far you get with it. You know?
Have that same energy. You know.
People just gonna get washed like Brightburn. The nigga came up and said, "We're here to hut," and fucking was gone. As soon as he came up and said, "We're here to," boom, got your ass. Then he tore through the Queen of Heaven cop, right?
Yeah.
Fucking up and down her ass. You know? That's what this place needs, a royal spiritual cleansing.
Yes.
They
It's
gonna
coming.
get washed like the machine.
Just like the first death was needed, the second death is needed even more.
Yeah.
Cleansing nature.
Yep. And we will be the new Noahs, you know,
Yes.
because we will be the bridge of Israel from the first death to the second, you know, to the new world. Like Noah was a bridge from the old world to the new, right? Because you got to think, everybody on this planet right now comes from Ham, Shem, or Japheth because of one man named Noah.
Yep.
And that's another cut when you want to talk about women. Well, yo, wicked ass is here because of a man,
Yep.
you know?
A righteous man.
Right. From the beginning.
So the elect will be that bridge from the 2/3 being cut off to being brought back.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 13, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels.
Yeah, Esau's weary. So he's caught up. He's caught up in the rituals he's got to do.
Yeah.
The rites, you know?
So she been looking for us.
Well, that's the time we're in. Where now everyone's gonna come out. You know? Everyone's gonna come out and ask questions now. Because for years we've been saying life as you know it's gonna change. Now you're seeing the change. Sam Cooke said it, the change gonna come.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing the change. So now there's a different mindset of what you should be doing day to day. But for the majority, it's gonna be business as usual.
Yep.
For the majority of people, it's going to be business as usual. Then a spirit of urgency is going to jump on you. But urgency's been us since we got out here.
Yeah, he that runneth freedom.
You know?
Right.
I feel like at times, like, I got to make sure I'm calm. You know, don't want to act crazy. But, you know, but there's a spirit of urgency on us.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is real.
What's it? Seek the Lord in our youth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put them not off from day to day.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen next week, next month, next quarter, next year. You don't know.
Yeah.
We know prophecy is going to happen, but you don't know how it's going to play out. And you don't know when it's going to play out. And then when it does, where are you going to be at? Where are you going to be at the standing of your God? You know, or your knowledge, or your understanding, or your walk. You got something?
Yeah. A quick one, because what you're saying is right here. Hebrews 11 and verse 7.
Yep, we'll wait till they get there. Hebrews 11 and 7, which Jake should be saying they're coming back. Because everybody that drives by, that's you having that opportunity to stop, even just to hear some form of truth.
Yep.
So you're denying Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. You know?
Casting them off.
Yep. He said this is the compassion. This is compassion right here. All right? Well, Jake got a passion for flashing, and they just passing salvation by.
Yep.
This is the Lord's compassion.
Right.
A warning is mercy.
Yeah.
Warning is not only prophesizing, it's mercy.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're given a warning,
It's telling you something before it happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's mercy.
Yeah.
Putting
Warning
me on.
shot.
Yep,
Watch out for that car, man.
Yep.
You know, that's mercy.
yep.
Hebrews 11 and verse 7. Hebrews 11 and verse 7, and it says, by faith Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet.
Being warned.
Right, exactly. Because us, you know, once we heard this truth, it's like, oh, we gotta start moving, you know, because that's being moved by fear, you know.
Yep.
And you being moved by fear, you know, you start to serve the Lord. You know, you start to, you know, walk in the righteous spirit and be righteous, because you don't want to be judged, you know, in the last days. And it says, move with fear prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. And right, because that's what we're doing, showing our works by that faith. Just like Noah did, he built the ark because the Lord, he said, hey, I'm about to flood the earth, I'm about to destroy man, beast, everything. But I'm telling you, so that way you can be saved, you and your house. And that's what we doing. We doing the work so that way we can be saved in our household. Because brothers, they have children, got family. Right. So that's so we being moved by fear.
And actually, that you brought that up, that was Noah enduring to the end. Because at that time, that was the end of a world.
Yep.
Of an age.
Hell yeah.
So he endured to the end.
Yeah.
120 years, he prophesied.
Definitely.
First
That's
death.
Crazy.
Yeah.
First death of humanity.
Yeah.
No, we came from a germ.
Yeah.
No.
A cockroach.
Monkeys.
Yeah.
What monkey?
Right.
Chimpanzees.
Right.
So if the earth is overpopulated, go handle them chimpanzees then.
Yep.
See, that shit, that's another thing. Is evolution even on the table anymore? Thought?
Hell no.
See how he gets to say things? And then it's just, wow, that's prolific.
Yeah.
Right.
And put the Bible down. But now nobody's talking about it came from monkeys anymore.
Come on, man.
And then he calls us monkeys. So is that a compliment?
Yeah.
They just said, yes, pig.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
think pigs love us.
Right.
We gonna say, Aaron?
I just like just going with the scripture, just saying that it seems like we hide ourselves in the future. The prudent man sees the future and hide himself.
Yeah.
Prudent means to see for the future.
Yep.
And get ready.
Yep. Like Sherlock Holmes. Remember, he would calculate
Yeah.
and then act it out.
Yeah.
Chess.
Yeah, like you said earlier, he said that they walked past their salvation. Because the scripture you quoted, it said after that, it said, but the simple passed by.
Well, someone simple just yelled and said, Jesus loves us. But that's not true.
Right.
Because you just called on Baal. You just called Esau. But that's not the name. But they don't know that. But if that's how you feel, then wouldn't you want to stop to talk about Jesus?
Right.
So then you could be enlightened even further. So you're not calling on something that then Satan answers you and says, yes, pig. What do you want, pig? That's what you're saying.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 13.
Yeah, we'll read it down and then we'll close it.
All right, it's two more verses.
Yep.
Isaiah 47 and 13, it says, let not the astrologers, the stargazers.
The astrologers, look at you. You're a Leo.
Right.
Girl, you a girl, right?
Yeah.
You a Virgo.
Oh, you know what? You a Cancer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
The astrologers, the moon's aligning, attack. See? Because when it came to the Lord said, King David said, when will I know? Then the mulberry trees moved. So Esau said, how do I know? The stars.
Right.
That's what man is vain by nature. So back when creation came, man could have been sacrificing to make the sun rise again.
Yeah.
Because they're like, why? Where the sun? But Adam, with the breath of life, had to break things down. That's why I said the creature more than the creator.
Yep.
So Esau, like man being vain, cut yourself so the crops can grow.
Right.
How can we keep ruling? Baby sacrifice.
Yeah.
Here to you. Hold it
Yeah.
like Simba. Here, take it, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
Because they don't got it. That proves that when Adam was on the scene, that dispelled Satan. When wisdom is being announced, it dispels Satan.
Right.
It dispels confusion.
Yep.
It dispels doubt. It dispels the counsel of wickedness.
Yeah.
So you don't get left too many devices.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't Satan have devices? Don't man have many devices?
Yeah.
I'm thinking big bread.
Yeah.
Then he's on his bed, he got up, and then make it blue and put artificial. See?
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's Satan on him.
Yeah.
Read that again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says that they work mischief upon their heads. They
Yep.
can't sleep unless they do some wickedness. And it says, let not the astrologers, the stargazers.
Now there was a woman that came out and said she was a astrologer for Reagan. So while he was in office, at a certain hour of a certain month of a certain day, she made him stand in the Oval Office in a certain position like that, like Fifth Element. Remember Big Bada Boom? He's standing like that. And then some beam was supposed to come down and now he's, you know, now I can feel it. Ooh, Detroit, taxes. You know what I mean? Like they get their power from the left hand side.
Right,
Damn.
right.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
ultimately, it's Satan.
And old boy in
Yeah.
Army of Yahweh Shai said that. He said, mind you, I'm shooting from the left.
Yep.
He's coming from the left hand side.
Yep.
And then he had 13 subscribers with 13 videos.
Then he said, keep an open mind.
Yep.
Then there's another guy in the video who you don't see his face,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know.
Now he said, keep an open mind. Guess what? There is an atheist who died in 2011 by the name of Christopher Hutchins. Christopher Hutchins said he believes that the Christian church has deprived man of its ability of thought, just like the snake was complaining about with Eve.
Yep.
So this dude said, take the bold risk of thinking for yourself.
Yep.
But it says, lean not to thy own understanding. So this is what Satan through Esau does, right? So Ira, you the law, right? You say hey brother, you know you're not supposed to eat pork, right? Tell crowders out that. Tell
You
them.
ain't supposed to eat pork, you know that, right?
Say, the Lord said that all things are clean.
Right.
That's Satan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
God said the sheet came down.
Yep.
So then if that's the case, why your ass choosing to eating from the rooter to the tutor? Like you can't eat something better than pig ass, than turkey ass?
Huh.
That's Satan. See how when you say something, don't touch that, maybe you should.
Yeah.
That's Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the cartoons always depict with the angel,
I was gonna
right?
say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
singing and
Yeah.
Shorty is my
Movies.
angel,
Yeah.
my darling, right? And then, right?
Yeah.
That's a real ass thing.
Yeah.
And don't we go through that?
Yeah.
And we gotta rebuke it.
Yup.
You
Oh,
know?
they do say it says the flesh walk contrary to the spirit.
Yep.
Yeah. And then people think it's just their inner voice talking to them.
They call it intrusive thoughts.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's demons.
Yeah.
You know?
So you like, damn it, I just.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Those are spirits.
Should I smack her right
Smack
now?
her.
Yeah.
That's no.
Hey, I'll tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. In the world, I dealt with that demon. Like I'd be in the middle of an interview and it'd be a demon. It would say, now what do you think he'll do if you just slapped him right in his face?
Oh,
And I'm trying to get a job.
Yeah,
They got-
right.
I'm trying to literally, I ended up getting the job,
Yeah.
but it said, you should just smack him in his face right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
I
that
said,
should
bro,
be
that's
real.
assault.
Yeah.
Then but I'm saying it to expose it.
Yeah.
You gotta confess thy sins amongst one another so you can get his ass out of here.
I had that.
See?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, you know who else had that? Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. Remember? He was like, I just want to squeeze him. Touch him. Like, he couldn't, remember? He couldn't let it, you know?
Oh, man.
Impulsive. That's Esau.
And they coined the name for that Tourette syndrome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they just
It's a
blurt
spirit.
shit out. Yeah.
It's a spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, who can tame thy tongue?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. We'll wrap it up.
Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 13, it says the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee.
Yeah, people don't realize how wicked horoscopes are in your newspaper. I remember in the world I could read the horoscope every week. And I used to. I'm like, let me see what's going on today. You used to think we used to really think it was real. You know?
There was a lot of women that I used, a few of them used to go through the, I read it because they had it there. But yeah, it'd be the women in the world and all that shit, astrology signs.
And they always ask, what's your sign?
Yep, look at this. Look at this, brothers.
Can't mess with you.
It says, A Shalom Ak, those demons are called intrusive thoughts.
Yep.
Those demons make you commit fast actions without any consequences or repercussions. So you're not thinking.
Right.
But that's why you gotta think, and that's Matthew 4. So Satan was given Yahweh Shai intrusive thoughts, but he had to check it with the scriptures. And he said, you can make bread and that, and you can this, and nah.
Yeah.
So when you have those thoughts, you gotta combat it with the scriptures. You know? Finish this off.
And it says, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Yep, so use the left hand, and let's see if call Baal, and see if he will get you out of this one. You know?
Verse 14 it says, behold, they shall be as stubble the fire shall burn them.
Jambus, Janus, and Jamboree. You know?
Oh, yeah,
Wisdom of Solomon 15 says those that promise to put them away, they should be a laughing stock.
Yeah.
So those that said that they could help you, they're going to be the worst ones. You know?
Oh, can I say this? I was on this page of an old friend, old female I used to mess with. She just became a nurse, an LP, no, an LPN, but she had caught pneumonia. So now she's I almost got taken out of here because of it. And then somebody said you should try sea moss. Then she's like, well, where do you get it? I need some. But you see how the education, the science of this world, but then they go back to trying to find some kind of holistic.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You got to be judged.
Yeah.
That's why it makes sense. The Lord said, those he loves, he chastens.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that keeps us near to him. If we had the perfect health, the body, all these things that man has, then we wouldn't feel the need to call on him as much.
Right.
So these other guys that give you that perfect, picture perfect image in this walk, the Lord ain't dealing with it.
Right.
The Lord's not dealing with you, man.
Yeah.
When Paul, I'm shipwrecked. He said, down on my luck. You know what I mean? Like, you really go through things.
Yep.
I'm behind on bills. We gotta watch the car. Like, shit real. Shit's real. Keep going.
And it says, verse 14, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee.
There ain't no salvation for Esau.
Yeah.
That was it, right?
Yeah,
good. So that's the end of Esau. He's not gonna have a savior. Don't it say in Psalms, they will be cast down to the street, beaten to powder, and when they call upon me, I won't answer. So hey, you can call on Tyrone. Nobody's gonna pick up the phone.
Right.
We're coming into a time where we're gonna witness, like us. How many times did we get judged and the Lord didn't answer us?
Right.
So he's about to experience that cup. He's about to go through the curses. He's gonna drink a cup, and there ain't gonna be no one to save him. Right. And the ones that do get saved is for slavery. It's for subjection. So that cuts Christianity. Whoever this is talking about, the virgin didn't say, "Oh, sit down."
Yeah.
Virgin. So whoever the virgin daughter is, Christianity, it can't help it.
Right.
So there's so many times prophecy shows you the doctrine of Christianity don't work. Brothers, good? So, Lord's will, you brothers and few sincere sisters were edified through the Spirit as we were. And we just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashir, Kakodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.
Shalom.